Okay. It's a Monday, which means that Simulated Universe I can actually do this thing again. And since I missed out on the Fantastic Tales limited event, and I no longer have to worry about the equilibrium problem, I think what I can do now is actually go do my equilibrium quest. Right? Yeah, equilibrium part 6. Let's do this shit. Finally. I missed out on an event too, lol. Cadence Azade. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Hello, hello. Yeah, I missed out. I'm so stupid. I have such time management problems. It's insane. Like, I don't know how I forgot that the Tales of the Fantastic event was literally over today. And for some reason I thought it wouldn't be. Shit. Get out of here, get out of here. Okay, fine, I'll kill this thing. Yeah. I missed out on essentially 350 primos, which I made up for by just paying money. So I fell asleep while watching you last night. Did you manage to finish the museum event? Sort of. Wait, I got a piggy. Yeah, I did manage to get all of the limited time awards, but I didn't actually get to finish the event, so I'll have to do that today. So I was lucky enough to do that, but I only managed to finish it on time, like at the very last second, and I completely forgot about the Tales of the Fantastic event. Because I had been delaying the museum event for so long because, you know, because of some bug, for some reason, they just lengthened how long it took for the event to finish. So I always got super lazy, and I thought like I could do it at the very last second, and I couldn't. Why are you streaming on my break time? Because I realized that okay, so the problem with me always streaming at the last few hours of the day, not the day, but the patch, not the patch, but the, you know, when the game resets, right? The problem with that is that I'm always doing events at the very last fucking second. So I've decided that I'm going to use my time more wisely. I'm actually going to finish stuff during the daytime. I'm going to do more important stuff during the daytime, and then I'll probably just stream at night to do less important stuff. Wait, what elements do I need? So wind, ice, quantum, and imaginary. Okay, wind, ice, quantum, and imaginary. Okay, let me get my pellet out. Yeah, that seems fine. I completely skipped the Tales of Fantastic event because I haven't even done any of the Shinjo Lofu quests, so I can't even do it if I wanted. Yeah, that's rough. So here's what I'm gonna do. On Mondays, I am always going to do the Simulated Universe stuff, because what I find that I keep on doing with Honkai Star Rail is that since I always stream at night, at the very last few hours, I do both the Simulated Universe at the same time as I do the shit. Can I heal? I do Simulated Universe at the same time as I do the story events, the limit time events. Oh, I'm dead already. That's nice. So now I'm just going to do Simulated Universe on Mondays, probably during daytime, and then during the nighttime I will do the events, so that it won't run into it won't run into either. They won't run into each other. I mean, schedule as much. What's your time zone, Bench? I'm in Canada, West Coast. I am Canadian West Coast. So basically Pacific time. Currently it's 10:37 a.m. for me. Okay. I'm surprised you guys are on. Because you guys are in Southeast Asia, right? So this must be at nighttime for you guys. I have to go back to work in 20 minutes, so no one will pester you. Oh, I see. I'm on East Coast. Nice. Oh, this is a lot easier than I thought. Yeah, I'm super sad that I never got to do the Tales of the Fantastic event, because that has really important information for the video I'm doing on the story of Honkai Star Rail. Jesus, I think I'm dead. So what I'm planning to do is that after this live stream, I will actually go and watch somebody else play that event. As sad as that sounds. And I felt so sad. I spent like 20 bucks on Star Jades to make up for the lost currency. Oh, I'm dead. Jesus, this sucks. Okay, I have to restart this. This is actually too hard. So your last night's stream stretched into 4 or 5 a.m. I legit fell asleep on my chair. Nice. I'm glad I was I need to like revive myself. Can I use this stuff? Remember when you used to use like items in Genshin Impact? Last time I used items for a boost was during the Diluc event. Max energy for a single ally, sure. Wait, they're all max energy. Except for you. Okay, I think I need to do this. Or where's my wind boost? Where's my wind boost? I don't have a wind boost. Why? Okay, increase max HP and effect resistance, everybody. Nice, nice. And then this is what? Where's my heals? Okay. You get HP, you get HP. You get HP. And I can use this for a crit rate. Nice. Okay, I'll do you last. This seems easier. Wait. Let's do one of these. I'm also thinking of building my Pella, but with tank. I got a crit rate substat. I got a crit rate. So, yesterday during the event, I got one of those things that let me choose my main stat for an item, right? For a relic. And that's basically what I did for Bronya. And now she has a crit damage main stat body piece. So I'm almost actually done building my Bronya. And I'm really excited to start using her on my team for Blade. Relic crafting, yeah. The relic crafting shit. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what the in-game term is. There's something very specific that I don't know. Whee! Auto attack, nice. Oh, I forgot to use that on him. Jesus, I suck at this game. Hello? But with tank artifact HP and damage reduction and such. Why? Is it because she's so... Like, she gets a lot of attacks from other enemies, right? But I don't know if it's worth it. Like, at some point, I'm going to be so tanky and I'll be able to taunt so many people that it really doesn't matter, right? Like, I assume that's going to be the case. Uh-oh. I think the rarest main stat is effect hit rate on body pieces. Really? Wait, is he healing? Shit, I forgot to debuff him. It's called self-modeling resin. Self-modeling resin. Self-modeling resin. That sounds so weird because, you know, we all think resin is the stamina in Genshin Impact. So it sounds very, very confusing for me to use the word resin. Well, Pella doesn't scale with anything, so might as well build her tank so she doesn't die easily. Really? She doesn't scale with anything. I never knew that. I mean, you can use her for damage, right? Is she actually that bad that you can't just make her a damage dealer? Uh-oh. And she's dead. Yeah, maybe I should build her with HP substat. I mean... she really does seem to be dying a lot. I'll give you that. So maybe you have something going there. Whoa, holy shit. How much damage is that? Okay, let me heal some more. God, I miss the times when I used consumables in Genshin Impact. Those were the days. Although I will say I don't think I have ever used a consumable during a boss fight in Genshin. But that's like making Barbara DPS consumables for Genshin, yeah. or otherwise known as food. Yo, what's up, Anson Enderborn? Oh, you were here the entire time. I just never noticed your name. I was like, it confuses me because YouTube chat does not give you guys different colored names. You just have different profile pictures. I've only ever used one Adeptus Temptation. Isn't that the most powerful one? That's the one that gives you crit rate and crit damage, right? Yeah, that's the one I used for the D-Look event. I only use Holy Water in Genshin. Isn't Holy Water just health? Isn't that just literally health? 13,000 on normal attacks, nice. And this is 21,000. Look how much damage he does from just a follow-up attack. And this is way more common and way more reliable compared to Jing Yuan's Lightning Lord. Like, it literally does the same damage as Lightning Lord, but easier. Holy Water heals 1 HP. Are you joking? I feel like I should keep these like little guys around just so that they attack Blade or have a bigger chance, have a better of a chance to attack Blade. Okay, let me use this on you. You got a buff, right? So I can just debuff you. Why are you not attacking Blade? Okay, thank you. You can buy Holy Water max 1 per day for 300 Mora. How do you guys know all this? How do you remember all this? Like, there's no way anybody remembers what Holy Water is outside of, like, I don't know, you guys. That feeling when everybody knows more about Genshin than I do. I also need to level up my Bailu. She's not doing any healing anymore. 5,964. Okay, I can't heal. Like, look at this. Okay, that was bad. That was only 6,500. 9,000. I used to collect Holy Water for fun. I think I have over 4,000 of it in my inventory. Holy shit. Oh, I got 45 Stellar Jades. Nice. Can I do a poll? Thank you. Let's go, Blade. No Blade. I got my 15th Natasha. Amazing. Wow. Cool. Let's go, Blade. No Blade. Wow. Dance Dance. Wait, is this actually my S5 Dance Dance Dance? Wait a second. I think I actually have like an S5. Oh my god. I think I do have an S5 Dance Dance Dance. Otherwise known as D3. What is this even called? Dance Dance Dance. Yeah, I was right. It is weird because when you superimpose it, it only shows the effect. A little over 800 Holy Water. I think HP versus crit damage body piece on Blade is like HP versus EM Sands on Hu Tao. HP is the safer option, but crit damage will do more. I feel like I want crit damage, but you know, the problem is that his substats suck for his. Yeah, it's not the ideal substats right there, right? Because I got 9.1% defense, which is actually bad for Blade because it reduces the amount of damage he's taking. That's the problem. And then for body, it has HP percentage. I feel like his body piece, though, is good enough that it's really kind of unnecessary for me to get crit damage. Because he also has attack percentage and speed, which is important. And then he also has an HP substat. So it's going to be very hard for me to get a crit damage main stat body piece that is better than this. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Wait, did I just finish? Wait, is there one more? Oh, there's 3. Wait, okay, I'm done with that. I thought I was still in the domain. Okay, I'm done with that, right? Yeah, nice, nice. Okay. What next? Okay, let's do the event before... No, wait. Let's not do the event first. I'm going to do the similar universe because I can do that for my dailies. And I think I've unlocked the next level, right? Yes, I have. Level 6. Woo! And what does that get me? Is there any difference between 5 and 6? Oh, it's level 3 and 4. I don't know why I said 5 and 6. 7,500 points on clearance. That's interesting. So I no longer get the blue relics. Okay, cool. But I still get the purplies. Also, I get double. Oh no, that's an event. Okay. Do I need this? Yeah, this is the one I want for Bronia. Alright. So who am I using again? Blade, nice. Okay, I'm gonna go with Bronia again. That seems about right. Mine has 5.7 thousand HP with crit rate body because I lost 50-50 on the weapon banner, so I'm using Arlen weapon. Yeah, that's true. The reason why I'm not going for more like damage is because I have his signature light cone, right? So that decreases a lot of the need to get other more damage pieces. Although I still would like more. Ideally, I would have more crit damage as a substat, but that seems to be a no bueno for me. Oh, you unlock Equilibrium 6? Yeah, the only reason why I was holding off on it was because I heard that the Tales of the Fantastic event was extremely hard on Equilibrium 6. So I was holding off on leveling up my Equilibrium for that. And now that I can't do it anymore, it doesn't really matter. Reduces damage taken by the characters by 6%. Nice, nice. Blessing Curio. Let's go with Curio. Let's be fun. Record from the Broken Sky. Fruit from Alien Tree. After winning a battle, revive all down characters in the current team. Blah blah blah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's be safe. Let's be an extra safe player this time. Lotto. Nope. That's just too copium for me, even for me. Also, this is my... Oh my god, that did no damage. Uh-oh. Preservation, remember. Increases the character's break effect by 50%. Nice. After character launches follow-up attack, increase their defense by 40%. Or reduce enemies' effect resistance by 12%. I'll go with Elation. Nice. Big Lotto is more fun. You always take Lotto when you're streaming. No, I don't. I took Lotto because I was dumb, not because I was streaming. Okay, let's do this. You really do not... You really are not going to have a lot of health by the end of this, are you? Cool. Or you always choose Lotto no matter what. Ugh. I've had too many bad experiences. When the character's HP is lower than 50%, they gain a shield that can absorb damage equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns. This effect can only be triggered once. Let's just choose this. I feel like I'm going to be tanking a lot of damage this time. Let's be extra safe. Also, why do I feel like Destruction Blessing sucks in Similar Universe? Because it does. I think it's because not a lot of Destruction characters actually benefit from Destruction. Right? Because I cannot see how Danhen in Babylor Lune benefits from Destruction. Preservation is better. I don't have a lot of preservation characters leveled up. That's a problem. Okay, let's do a buff. Let's see how much crit damage she does this time. One shot. Holy shit. 15,000. That is great. Amazing. Awesome. Stupendous. Increase crit rate. Okay. Or I could do weakness break efficiency. Nice. I have enough crit rate, right? I don't need to do that. Okay. Combat, I'm not feeling so hype about. Maybe I should do occurrence. Combat occurrence. Which one is more likely to give me good stuff? I'll go with occurrence this time because I'm definitely not as strong as the last difficulty. You encounter a doll. Manual. This is a doll to event extreme. Okay, so it's the alpha event. I just keep on attacking it. Let's keep doing it. I got 150 cosmic fragments. Wow, amazing. Nice. Okay, let's go with another occurrence. What is this? Sprawling wasteland. Rustling comes from the pile of trash behind you. You approach the robot. You are hailed as the Amber Lord support team. Please help bring one of those out here. Obtain 100 cosmic fragments or obtain 1 blessing. Maybe I'll just go with cosmic fragments. I don't know. I'll go with a full cosmic fragment build this time. I don't know how that's going to work, but occurrence runs are faster. Combat gives more rewards, really. I think in terms of best paths, it's something like abundance, preservation, hunt, remembers, everything else. Is abundance really that good? I feel like I constantly die because my... Oh shit, you're right. Okay, let's do this. Do one of these. And do one of these. Okay. No damage. Nice, nice. Big buff. Oh wow, I really am doing no damage. Elation Blessing for me is the most fun. Yeah, I think so as well. Oh, why did I do that? I pressed that button for no reason. Should I heal? No. That don't matter. Remembers is hella fun, freeze everything. I feel like I very much abandoned it feels like I don't have as much fun or have as good experience with abundance as well as preservation because I don't really use those characters. Like I don't focus on them and I don't build them. Okay, let's go again, lady. Delios. No attack blade. Big heals. Legit Genshin permafrost comp all over again? What even is a permafrost comp? Like, how do you do that? Because every time I play Cryo, it just feels like everything keeps escaping me, and that's why I don't play Cryo as much. Using Mona? I thought Mona had really bad hydro application. I have C2 Mona, but I don't use her. I don't know if Mona's C2 even does anything. Wow. Okay, I got it, y'all. This isn't as hard as I thought, but this is the first loss, so... Ooh. 2,000. Okay, that's not too bad. Kokomi isn't bad. Mona extends freeze. Permafrost is just 2 cryo, 2 hydro. Oh, that's probably what I'm doing wrong because I don't use 2 cryo. I don't use 2 hydro. I always just use Call me. Nice, nice. $14,000 damage over time. You guys see that? When player characters are hit, damage taken by the characters is equally distributed. Okay, let's take that one. Nihility, Sealing Wax of Destruction. Let's take that as well. That's cool. When struck with a killing blow, instead of becoming down, character immediately restores HP by 1% of their max health. The allied team can only trigger this effect once per battle. Oh, cool. Can't do any of that. Bye, Ice. Gotta go. Need to go back to work. See you tomorrow. Alright, you go have fun at work. Or something. Or not have fun at work. People usually don't have fun at work. Okay, now I've got a whole bunch of cosmic fragments. That's cool. Okay, so 50%, 30%. Max HP for 2 turns. This effect can only be triggered once. Okay, so I get a bigger shield. Receives 15% less damage. And seems so the same effect. Nice. Ooh, okay. This run is going okay, I would say, at this point. It's not the worst, it's not the best. Whoa, that's no damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You have a ton of characters built. Do I? Do you think I do? Well, I am a whale, right? You gotta understand, I spent money on all the double crystal packs. And I just spent another $20 because I felt bad not doing the event. So, you know, you gotta remember that. I am, like, slightly above a whale. Not above a whale, probably slightly above a dolphin. I legit have 3 characters built and that's it. True. That's the real Genshin, that's the real Hoyoverse experience. Remembrance, increases damage dealt by frozen characters. Okay, whatever. When a character uses their skill ultimate to attack a frozen enemy, okay, that does nothing. I might as well just... Actually, let me reset blessings. Lower than 35% when being attacked or losing HP. Restore their HP by 12%. Okay, cool. Whales have it harder in Star Rail unless you're constantly refreshing. A wolfen? I've actually never heard of that term. That's a good term. I like it. I'll call myself a wolfen from now on. Otherwise, oh, I mean, it sounds better than dwale. What do you get? What do you get when you combine a dolphin and a whale? A dale. That doesn't sound right. No damage. Disgusting. I think I'm going to have to depend a lot on the destruction abundance buff. The destruction resonance buff. Because my characters are not doing any damage, so... A dale? The whale. Abundance or hunt. At the beginning of a character's turn, they regenerate 4 energy. Cool, cool. After a character launches the follow-up attack, restore their HP by 10% of their max HP. I think that's more important at this point. Da, da, da. Wolfen. I think Wolfen sounds better, unfortunately.
躲不了了吧？吃我一招，太凤凰显形！
What do you guys consider a dolphin and a whale and a leviathan? I guess it all depends on how much money you guys have.
我们早已踏入风暴。
Like, I'm sure for somebody who is extremely rich, they probably think of themselves as a dolphin.
这一战不可避免，请助我一臂之力。
此番美景邀诸位共赏。
看着有点虚，就让你们这葫芦里卖的什么呀？
都是。
I consider whale, dolphin, goldfish, leviathan as a state of mentality rather than how much money you spend. That's a good way. I've actually never thought about it that way. When a character deals damage to an enemy with a follow-up attack, increase their energy regeneration rate by 24%. Oh, cool. So is that just forever? Back to the lighthouse? Okay. Region encounter or domain combat? I feel like region encounter would be very toxic at this point. So, skip that. Okay. What are the enemies? Antimatter. I feel like the vast majority of my viewers are not whales. And I definitely see why more content creators are going free to play. Because they want to be more relatable to their viewers. For me, I just think it's probably going to be more fun if I don't whale. So I'm going to definitely do a free-to-play account once the Shinjo Slofu story is finished and once 4.0 comes out. Although I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to keep up because I can barely keep up with my main account on both Honkai Star Rail and Genshin at this point. I don't have money to spend. I don't either, but I somehow find it anyways. Like, if you're desperate enough, you will find it somewhere. Like that kid who, like, stole his mom's fucking wallet and spent all of their life savings on gacha. And then he got beat up for it, I think. He was in a PC ban at the time. You guys ever see that video? I'm sure everybody has seen something similar. In my opinion, whale mentality, I'm willing to spend whatever it takes to get what I want. While dolphin would be something like I'm willing to spend up to a certain amount for what I want. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, if that's the case, then I'm still a dolphin. Increase crit damage by 20%. I think I would rather get this than destruction. Interesting. Now, I think I'll go with the... Should I get this or this? I think I'll go with this because destruction gives me more synergy. Uh-oh, what is this? You live these times? You live this time? So, okay, so Wiratica, I'm assuming you just tuned in. Wait, did you just tune in? So what's happening is that I missed out on my event for Tales of the Fantastic. I'm feeling really bad about that. So I've decided that I'm going to do, like, Similar Universe on Mondays during this time. Or at least in a time that is more comfortable for me. And I'm going to the events at night, like I always used to. Because what I find is that yesterday, I spent so much time doing the Simulated Universe that I missed out on the event. And I take a lot longer to do anything while I'm streaming versus when I'm not. So yes, I am currently live at 11:08 a.m. Also, I felt so bad about missing the event that I kind of just spent money on the game again. I'm kinda can't sleep, lol. I mean, you're in like Southeast Asia, right? So I can definitely imagine this not being a very good time for you. But don't worry, I'll still stream.
虽求而有诸
I'll
位
still stream at the time that you used to watch me at. It's just that this time, I'm gonna do some less important stuff during this time.
就挨揍狠。这一战不可避免，请助我一臂之力。
I'll probably take evening naps or something and then stream during the nighttime.
马上让你知道我的
What
厉害。
time is your place? I just said it's 11:09 a.m. So it's currently meal time, essentially. Thank you for attacking me, but that did nothing.
送你一场，一事一成。
躲不了了吧？吃我一招凤凰现形。
Ooh, I get to go again. It's 2:09 a.m. here. That's actually usually when I'm live at my time. When a character defeats an enemy, regenerates energy equal to 60% of their character's max HP, of their max energy. Okay, that's cool. Julios.
趁他不注意，冲！
Okay, level 87. This is gonna be extremely toxic.
要雨露
Let's
均
use
沾
this,
哦，拿出
this,
魄力来。
and this. I don't even know what Bronio's buff does.
我才不会认输。
Okay, might as well just use this in the beginning. Huh. I guess I have to get rid of the ads first.
躲不了了吧？吃我一招凤凰现形。就是。
Ooh, you're gonna attack me immediately, huh?
眼下不必留情，死咒将至。
Buff, buff.
我们早已踏入风暴，为了守护和捍卫，击溃他们。
此番美景，我邀诸位共赏。
就让你们看这葫芦里卖的什么药。
Let's go back to
请助
Blade.
我一臂之力。
Although I do need more skill points.
葬送，送你一场。此番美邀诸位共赏。
嘿，让开就挨揍了。
It'll break him, so it doesn't matter. Ouch.
眼下不必留情。
马上让你知道我的厉害，哪里跑？就是
彼岸葬送。还不够。
I think I'll go for skill points. Yeah, anti-heal.
你病得不轻，张嘴。援助来的很及时，真是。
Oh my god!
抢救下，引起迅速伤，回来报道。
Uh-oh.
裁决执行，真是难缠。
彼岸葬送。此番美邀诸位共赏。
让开就挨揍了。啊！吃我一招凤凰现形。别怪我喷，你会为此付出代价。
Please don't attack me again. Please, please, please. Uh-oh. Okay, I can do this, but then I'll get attacked. Let me think about this. Should I do this? Let's risk it. I fucked up so bad. I fucked up so bad. Okay, it's okay. As long as I've Blade, everything will be fine.
就让你们这葫芦里卖的什么药？
成事。见效。
Let's see if I can two-man this.
我来治。
Like, it really doesn't feel like I need anybody else other than Blade. Maybe I can two-man this.
葬送。
He's so tanky, I bet I don't even need any of the other characters.
此番美邀诸位共赏。还不够，彼岸葬送。
看着有点虚，张嘴。
And then I can just get another character in there.
送你一
I'm
场。
pretty sure I can revive one character as well as download another character. And that's why I have the different, what's it called? That's why I have a whole bunch of those currency, whatever they... Oh, never mind, I'm dead. Never mind, I just suck at this game. I thought I had something there, but I don't. Blade Japanese voice is so menacing, to be honest, compared to other dub. No hate, though. Yeah. I might play this game in Japanese on my second account. I'm still not sure yet. I feel like I watch so many other streams that it's like... I basically hear all of the different languages. Like, I even hear Korean because I watch Tenha. Okay, that was hard. That's too hard for me. I think I need to do a bit more leveling up here. That's weird because Blade is already at full, right? He's basically at full potential already. It's the other characters that are letting him down. Except for this, I still need to level this up. But other than this, everything is full maximum. Jesus. Everything else is basically maxed out. Wow. I got obliterated. Damn. Okay, what is this then? What is this? Regan seems to need some help. Go to the Go Hotel and ask about the details. Okay. What is this? Aren't you the guy who's giving me my commissions? I hate this guy. I'm onto something, I know it. Oh, it's not voiced. Fuck you. Dang it. It got away again. It's all your fault. Oh, it's you. Did you need something? I hear you need help. Huh. Oh, indeed. I didn't expect you'd be the one to show up. Oh, well, I don't think my discovery can be told to people on the inside, and you, an outsider, are perfect for it. However, you must promise me that you will never reveal anything to others, not even the fact that I was the one who asked for your help. Alright, I swear. Not bad. Looks like you already have the resolve to sacrifice for science. Fine, I'm rushing anyway. Simply put, my homemade sensor number 223 has begun to react recently. I tidy up the notes I had and have roughly reset number 223 to its default stage. Pity I don't quite remember the exact use for it. All I know is this machine will give me some coordinates of anomalies. So I'm looking for someone athletic and who also has a good scientific background. They need to go to these coordinates and find out if there are actually any anomalies. You can look at my research notes first. Number 223 hasn't responded yet. The shit? Are these buttons? These look like buttons. Second time. Oh, I can do all of them at the same time. Oh, I don't have to wait. Silver Wolf actually the best character in the game? I don't think so. Actually, that's not true. I hear that Silver Wolf at maximum, like maxed out, is actually better than Sela. So that might be true. When he got healed, he says, "Yoke na?" Is so how do I describe it? So oldish and angry. It makes it so I only need to build one team and I can clear anything. That's I feel like if you are using Bronia, not Bronia, I don't know what Bronia 2, she's basically Bronia 2. If you use Silver Wolf, aren't you having like a little bit of DPS loss? I mean, that's just what I assume because you can't be good at everything, right? Head to the Go Hotel to examine the Regan sensor's abnormal readings. Oh, look. It's responding now. Hurry up and give me a hand. I need to note down this coordinate. What? Press and hold to activate sensor. Huh? First time. With the help of the sensor, I'm certain the answer lies in that thing in the administrative district that sells things. That guy, you know what I mean. You mean the vendor, right? Vending machine. I feel an intuition coming into my brain. This coordinate feels like it's something to do with transactions. I can't tell what it is. Count it as a tip from me. Where am I going? It's the vending machine, right? So it's this thing. Torn fragment. The torn fragment contains faintly discernible notes on conjectures related to sensor number 223 and the big universe time tunnel theory. The vending machine didn't spell any merchandise, but shows the transaction as complete. These special situations call for special measures. Shake the vending machine. Use your charisma to solve the problem. Vending machines like this can be shaken if they're stuck. Why is this vending machine shaking? Is this the thing involved with transactions Regan talking about? This should be the anomaly that Regan was talking about. Trotters have strange abilities like this. Okay. We gotta kill the piggy and turn him into space bacon.
剑下不必留情，此招将至。此番没有诸位共赏。
侦查到敌方目标，
交给我。
看着有点虚。嘿，开始介入支援。我来治治你。嘿咻
送你。
You message Regan, you piece of shit. What do you want? What do you have to say now? How is it, my friend? Did you find anything? There was a weird trotter. I like how I pick an option and then it gives me an entire like essay. I found a trotter near the coordinates that pretend to be a vending machine. Shape-shifting trotter, you're such a layman. What you're saying is harder to understand than those old-timers. Never mind. Come back, we'll go through this in detail. I've sent the compensation to you. Aren't I a reliable employer? No, you're annoying. Why trotter only appear in Bellabog? Are there any trotter in Sinjo? Yeah, of course they do. There are. Like, have you not done any of the areas? If you get 100% in any area, you have to kill at least one trotter. I mean, I guess there's a specific name for the other stuff. Like, there's two different kinds of trotters, right? There's sequence trotter and warp trotter. The warp trotters appear everywhere. Yeah, you can find them anywhere. I'm onto something. You got away, it's all your fault. Did you need something? Talk about... I've carefully considered the information you mentioned earlier, and I feel this has something to do with the big universe time tunnel. Did you find anything else at the scene? Show it to me. Maybe it can move the research forward, okay? Those are my research notes. I've lost some of them before and thought I'd never find them back. But why are they in pieces? Did that mystery trotter steal my notes and rip them apart? My goodness, I'd be in serious trouble if I didn't have the habit of copying my notes. But when did they manage to steal it? Could they be hiding next to me? Are you the thief? Never mind. Being suspicious isn't the right attitude for science. You should read my notes more when you have the time. Maybe you can give me some new directions too. What the heck? Okay, I'm done with that. So basically, wait. Complete the current anomaly detection. What? Anomaly detection 1 complete. I'm onto something, I know it. Oh my god, I have to read this thing all over again. Oh, gotta go now? Have fun with Staria? Alright, I will. Intuition. Such colorful and dynamic intuition. Who'd have thought there'd be such a nice place in the administrative district? I've marked the location for you this time. Pay attention and don't miss anything. I'm a professional scout. Professional is good. I'm also a professional scientist, so my colleagues have to be professional as well. I feel an intuition coming into my brain. This coordinate feels like it's something to do with changing shapes and colors. I can't tell what it is. Count it as a tip for me. Okay. Investigate the anomaly related to colors. That's hella far away. How do you guys feel about... Do you guys... How should I ask this? One of the things I was wondering about with my video about the story of Honkai Star Rail is, do you guys think there is a conflict between how the story is told versus like what kind of game this is? Like, one of the reasons it feels like one of the reasons why people like this game is that it's not like Genshin Impact, that it's more of a JRPG where you have a connection to the main character you're playing compared to Genshin, if that makes any sense. Like, apparently a lot of people like the main traveler more in Honkai Star Rail than they do in Genshin Impact, right? And I did a video about this. Not a video, but I did a clip about this, talking about how they give you more options to characterize your character in Honkai Star Rail. But I feel like one of the reasons why people don't like the Shinjo story as much is because it's the complete opposite here, right? It's the complete opposite in Shinjo Star Rail. The Shinjo Lofu doesn't really give you many options to characterize your Trailblazer. The second you tear a corner of the advertisement, the canvas begins to twitch. It's pretty stealthy, but it probably didn't think it would be torn off as an advertisement poster. Finish it off before it makes a huge ruckus.
这份力量的生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
敌方数据说收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
你挡路了，自照将至。
I'm starting to think that Shinjo Lofu isn't even the next major region, right? Because technically speaking, the strange thing about Honkai Star Rail is that we have technically gotten 3 regions already. Like, Shinjo Lofu is essentially Inazuma if you think about it, in terms of the progression of the story. Because Mondstadt was Herder's space station, and then Belobog was Liyue. So Shinjo Lofu should technically be in the same spot as Inazuma now. But I think the difference is that Shinjo Lofu is obviously going to be a multi-part. The Shinjo story is not done. We still have a whole bunch of Shinjo ships to go to. Can you repeat your question? I'm not listening. Oh, I was just saying how this game is essentially a cross between a gacha game and a JRPG, right? Like a full-fledged JRPG where you can just run around in 3D space. But I think it's starting to run into the problem of being a gacha game as well as a JRPG at the same time, which is that the live service model does not work as well for a JRPG, where a complete story being told in several installments, in very small installments like the Shinjo story, is not very fun for a lot of people. It feels very disjointed. Also, the way they spread out the different patches feels very artificial, because my impression of it is that they either do not have enough content, or they're spreading out the patches so that they can sell more banners, so that the banners don't run into each other, essentially. Either or, the end result is that the Shinjo story feels more disjointed, but I'm not sure if this is going to be a unique case, or a special case, because I feel like Belobog was the special. Belobog might be the special outlier rather than Shinjo being the outlier. And I think that might be a problem going forward with this game. They have to find a way to make the story more enjoyable in more coherent pieces and chunks compared to the Shinjo story, or else this game is not going to last. They have to capture that Belobog cohesiveness again. If that makes any sense. But the problem is, I don't think Belobog's story was actually that different from Shinjo Lofu, or at least in terms of the content. It definitely is more content, and it's better written in the Belobog story compared to the Shinjo story. But I don't think the difference is that much to warrant like the amount of vitriol and like hatred for the story that you find on Reddit. I think it's like a combination of a whole bunch of different things that might not actually have to do with the quality of the story. I think it's the fact that the story in Shinjo Lofu ends in a very, very disjointed and awkward place. The fact that it's strewn out between multiple patches that aren't even consecutive patches. Like, we literally got an entire dead patch between the story for the Shinjo Lofu, and they've never done this before. They have always had consecutive story patches in Genshin Impact. And I don't know about Honkai Impact 3rd. So maybe this is for something from Honkai Impact 3rd, I don't know. It feels like they literally took the story and spread it out over 3 patches so that they could sell Luocha and Silverwolf. Because they wanted to sell Luocha, obviously, because Luocha is good against Fantilia. And they want to condition the players to buy Luocha. To pull for Luocha. Because now we know that Luocha, these characters are good against future content. Wait, people mad on Reddit? Yeah, people are mad about Shinjo Lofu's story on Reddit. Well, there are more people mad about the story in general, but it's mostly on Reddit. I think it's just they listened to their mistake in Genshin after fix it on Star Rail thing, to be honest. Yeah, basically some people didn't like how Hoyo handled Shinjo's story. And I think, okay, so it's like a multitude of things, but I'm going to list out some of the major problems that I think is contributing to this. Number one is that the story ends in a very awkward place. Number 2 is that the story is spread out over multiple patches that are not consecutive patches. Number 3 is that Danshu's story was just kind of went nowhere because they kind of made out Danshu to be the only like empathetic person, the person you're supposed to empathize with in the story for Shinjo Lofu, and then they kind of just ended the story with her being a stereotypical villain. Number 4 is that Fantilia was not foreshadowed enough, which I don't even agree with, to be honest. I think it's okay for Fantilia to just come out of nowhere. And I think this might actually be a storytelling difference between Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, where Genshin Impact foreshadows the enemies very, very far advance of when they appear. Except for Ozile, right? Because Dvalin, when we start the game, we see Dvalin immediately. And then the end of the Mondstadt story was essentially us defeating Dvalin. And even for the Lyra story, we get to see what's his name? Tartaglia immediately. So outside of Ozile, the second to last boss, Tartaglia was someone we got to meet immediately. And then in the Inazuma arc, Raiden Shogun is of course foreshadowed very, very far in advance. And then there is also the last boss of Sumeru, who is, what's his name? Wander? No, that's not. Scaramouche. Scaramouche was literally in the game since 1.1. So all of these enemies have been foreshadowed for a very, very long time. It's actually only in Fontaine, I think, that we're not going to have a character that was foreshadowed very, very far in advance. All the other characters have been foreshadowed for a very long time. I think Arlecchino is probably the only character so far that did not appear in a previous region or at the very start of a region. Can't wait for Fontaine. Didn't they just delete Danshu's story? Yeah, that's the problem as well. People complained that Danshu's story was like very awkwardly placed at the very end of the story, and they felt like it was a side quest, so they just kind of made her optional, which means that when she finally did appear in the second story quest, it's a possibility that her story was cut short because people just didn't like it enough. Like, I think that's copium. I think Danshu was always meant to be a side character and only there to give like a face to the Abundance enemies. But now we'll never know because people literally complained so much that they removed Danshu from the main story. And now when we actually do meet Danshu, the only person who acknowledges her existence is fucking Fuxuan. And they don't acknowledge the main traveler as well, the main character, the Trailblazer. Which means that we basically have no connection to her, even though we literally had a story quest with her that was voiced and treated as part of the main story. So that's one of the problems. Those are the main 4 problems. There's so many problems. Oh my god. But I think one of the problems that people aren't really talking about is that the Honkai Star story really is not like Genshin Impact, right? Because we're not getting a new path in the Sinjo region. This region is essentially not the same as Genshin Impact. It is not treated as one of the main regions, even though it is part of the main story. This story in Shinjo Lofu is essentially an introduction to the main world of Honkai Star Rail. Who's Danshu again? She's the person who got... She's the main bad guy outside of Fantilia. She's the girl, right? Did you do the Shinjo Lofu story quest? Danshu's story is good, but how they place it, like in the end of the big fight, it was so weird. Yeah, why they didn't give us... It shouldn't been... See, this is the problem. The problem with Danshu's story was not the fact that it existed. It was the fact that it was placed at the very end, and it was anticlimactic. It was anticlimactic for where the story ended in 1.0. It wasn't bad. It should have been placed before the Ebon Deer fight, so that it was before the tree revived. And after the tree revived, then the story should have gone into overdrive, and then we should have gone immediately from the Ebon Deer fight to the Danshu fight, and then to Fantilia. It should have worked like that instead of Danshu being the end of the quest. Anyways, how is it this time? Did the censor give out a false rating? It's not a false rating. It's not a false rating, but there's nothing new here. It just picked up a new place to hide. Picked a new place to hide in the advertisement image. An ad poster. So it's got some level of art appreciation. That's vital. Make sure you rest if you got nothing else going on. I can't tell what the censor will find something again. When the censor will find something again, you need to be prepared. So those are 4 problems. There's awkward endings, multiple patches, multiple non-consecutive patches, Danshu, Fantilia. Oh yeah, also the handling of Imbiber Lune's reveal and him not having like an emotional moment with Blade. Being cut short, Blade and Danhen's story getting cut short, or it not really going anywhere. Fantilia being an unearned reveal. Those are the 5 main problems. And then number 6, I feel like the one that most people are not mentioning is the fact that the story for Honkai Star Rail is just not that similar to Genshin Impact. Like, people are literally confused about the whole Aeon fights. People do not understand, like, the Aeon fights are going to be a main plot driver for Honkai Star Rail. So, every so often when you read these, like, Reddit threads, you will literally have a comment about, I literally have no idea what is going on in Shinjo Luofu. Who the fuck is Yaoshi? Who the fuck is Lan? And then, it's very obvious that they just didn't explain it that well in the story. If you didn't read the database entries, if you didn't pay attention to some of the dialogue in the side quest with Dan Hen, which is not a side quest at all, it's literally part of the main quest. But I don't think they communicate the fact that it was part of the main quest. That's another problem. Pop back to asks whether you have a Discord server bench. No, I do not have a Discord server, but so here's the thing. I will make a Discord server when I get like, I don't know, 20. I think 20 to 50 consecutive viewers at the same time is when I will make a Discord server. And I don't really like how they just finished the quest after fighting Fantilia. Yeah, again, that's another awkward ending. Hearing the name outlying snow plains always sends a chill down my spine. Even the intuition pouring onto my brain feels like freezing. Feels freezing. Let's just get it over with. I don't think if I make a Discord server right now, there'd be like 2 people in it. So it doesn't, I'm not doing that. I haven't even gotten to the bottom of the last vending machine. And the sensor has already picked up another signal. The location this time, it's not very convenient for me to go myself. Be on the lookout for any danger. Danger extra charge. Fine, I'll go to it, but you have to get the job done. Science requires sacrifice, but you should still prioritize your personal safety and act according to your capabilities. I feel an intuition coming in my brain. This coordinate feels like it's something to do with ice. Okay. I remember even back when before 1.2 people came out, people were complaining about Shinjo Luofu's like map not feeling as good. And then eventually it did get fixed, sort of, with the newer maps. But even with the newer maps, there are less maps than Bellabog. But I don't think this is a good one-to-one comparison, because Bellabog's maps are much simpler compared to Shinjo Luofu's maps. But at the same time, people are complaining about Shinjo Luofu's maps being too convoluted as well. So I don't know, it just feels like a bunch of random... Sometimes the complaints feel kind of random. Man, it's sad that Boris will not gonna play Genshin when he goes to China. Well, he's still going to play Genshin, probably. Just not on his main account. And probably not streaming. So cold, it's all your fault. I've been hiding in the snow for so long and almost caught him. Hey, what are you doing here? Are you an accomplice of his? Freeze. Oh, my leg's frozen numb. Achoo, achoo. Yeah, you're so lucky to get away this time. Next time you stand in my way, I won't let you get away so easily. What? A piece of clothing sticks out from underneath the snowdrift. This feels familiar. Kick the snowdrift. Is it Sampo? You kick the snowdrift and you only find purchase on soft, fluffy snow. There is nothing solid in here. A mishmash of clothing articles was buried under the snowdrift, seemingly to create the illusion that someone was hiding in it. The color palette of the clothes, shades of purples and blues, remind you of an old friend named Sampo. Oh, I knew it was Sampo. Is it this thing? Oh, there's another one. Hey, he says he can't play any account. Yeah, I know, but he's probably going to play on a new account on the CN server. He's gonna be away for like 4 months or forever, essentially.
侦查到敌方目标，
交给我吧。
你病得不轻，哎呀！
剑下不必留情。
Like, look at this. Look at these enemies. This little bird enemy. Bellabog has almost twice the number of new enemies
再来一下。
compared to Shinjo Woku. But at least a quarter of the enemies are literally just like these little bird things that are barely
这
enemies.
份历练的城市
They're basically non-entities. They're only there for you to kill them. And they have the most basic skill sets of all time. They're literally just attack and attack and attack. And they do no damage either. So can we really count these as new enemies? I don't know. It's more complex than I initially thought. And start all the quests again? Nah, man. People like Boris will never... Yeah, that's true. Are you... Boris has like 10% map completion on some of the maps in Inazuma. So... I feel like Boris is one of those people. Boris is like Tectone adjacent. I don't know if that's like an insult. I don't mean that as an insult. But what I mean by Tectone adjacent is that they've basically gotten really bored of the open world exploration. They want more endgame content. They want more like... They enjoy talking about the game more than actually playing the game. Which is not a bad thing. Like, most people enjoy talking about the game a lot. In fact, that's how most Twitter users enjoy Genshin Impact. Are you alright, friend? Did your finger get frostbite? Did you run into any weird stuff? My hands are frozen solid. It was so cold I almost got frozen solid. You've got to give me more compensation. But if you're still in the mood to bargain with me, then you're going to be alright. Now tell me about the investigation. I ran into some clues about that trotter you mentioned last time. We can probably get some deeper insights by combining it with your findings this time. It hid in the snowdrift this time. That's it? I was expecting something extraordinary. Come back soon. And don't catch a cold. Cover up and get warm. I'll call out for you when there's a reading. Okay. I don't know, Walrus and Tectone are basically 11-12 how they think. What do you mean 11-12? 11 out of 12? That's a... But I can't like Tectone like how I like Walrus take. I mean, the reason why people don't like Tectone is like 80% the way he speaks rather than the content of what he's saying. In fact, that's how most people treat other people in their takes. Like, you can say something extremely awful in a very nice way, and people will be okay with it. That's what people are like. The art of light and shadow, I don't understand it. I've never even been to Boulder Town. Whatever will I find there? I've marked the location for you this time. Pay attention, don't miss anything. If it's dangerous, here's the extra charge. I know that. Tell me about it when you run into danger and move it. The coordinate feels like it's an equipment that's got to do with images. I can't tell what it is. Count it as a tip from me. Jesus. I use Pella so much, but I have barely leveled her up. What is this? I can't teach you how to use it? What is this? Miss, you know so much. You're so awesome. How do you use this big metal block? Activate the switch. Wait, what? Oh my god! With a press of the switch, the image condensed within the mechanical equipment projects onto the wall. This seems to be somewhere close by. If you're not sure, look at it a few more times. Wow, is this round thing playing on a slide? I want to play on a slide. 11-12 basically means semi, because the only difference about 11 and 12 are there is a 2 in it. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. How did I not know this? I'm so dumb. Unironically. Investigate the anomaly in the image. Okay. So it's on a slide. Where's the slide then? That feels like... Isn't that over here, though? It's in Rivertown. I feel like it's in Rivertown instead. Is this not in Rivertown, or am I stupid? Yeah, it's over here. Hello? Or is there more to it?
需要我来制定接下来的计划吗？
How is that close by? There's a slide. Wait, it's just there? Didn't think you'd actually stay what the heck? Yeah, like how you can compare 11 and 34, that's absolutely not saying lol.
一事已成，
敌方数据说收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
此番美景邀诸位共赏。
开始吧
就。让你们这葫芦里卖的什么呀？
都是
嘿，
送你一场。
侦查到敌
It's
方目
better
标，
to compare 11 and 12, Keck. Okay.
再来一下。
I'm not gonna keep asking. Oh, you're a healer, bitch. Wait, am I actually gonna fail this? Uh-oh.
你挡路了。彼岸葬送。
开始切
Clutch.
入支援。敌方数据说收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
眼下不必灵。
That was the most misleading quest of all time. It literally gave me a picture of another region, and then it just... Hello, any news? Firstly, hold on. I know you're anxious about it, but hold on. The anomaly this time is in the projections of a movie projector. That's something new. The anomaly this time is kinda cute. I feel like I could package it a bit and use it for my dear sensor. You come back soon as well. If you have time, have a look at my research plan. If we get a new signal in the meantime, you can head out immediately. So we're literally just going around killing trotters? Really? Like, that's the event. I mean, I'm not complaining, but still. How did they
需
think
要
of
我来制
this?
定接下来的计划吗？
Like, we have pigs, you kill pigs. Why not something else? It's really sad I didn't do the Tales of the Fantastic event. I feel like that one's a lot more better done. I can't believe the Tales of the Fantastic was not a permanent event. Like, what the hell was up with that? Like, okay, people are praising Honkai Star Rail for having permanent events finally, but they still have the FOMO. It's still there, it's just less. Ugh. So you still want to do them when they come out. It's not a 100% improvement. It is definitely still Homoverse. Why did I just say Homoverse? Okay, that sounded wrong. FOMO. I meant to say FOMO. Exploring the universe is like looking for a teeny tiny key. To investigate the anomaly in Rivertown, the key must be found. It's not Homoverse, it's FOMOverse. I mean, for a lot of people it really is Homoverse, but that's a different issue. Not really an issue. This coordinate feels like something... Yeah, that works too, to be honest. This coordinate feels like it's something to do with keys.
敲他。
Nothing. Contains many things. Shadow spirits inside. Try to open the wardrobe. Where's my key, though? Where's my key? That's not it. Wait, is it this thing? Where would the key be? Obviously, wherever that is the most inconvenient. That seems to be a universal rule. This solitary key will only show its true value when matched the right lock. Take the key. Okay. Amazing exploration. Love it. Have they ever given a lore explanation for the different elements in this game? Like, do they give different explanations? Do they even give explanations for Honkai Impactor? I feel like whenever I talk about the story of Honkai Star Rail, one of the biggest like problems is that I just don't know anything about Honkai Impact. I really need to play that game sometime. But I feel like even if I start playing the game now, I won't understand the story because there's like so much stuff and so many limited time events I probably missed. The location it's displaying this time is kind of weird. I've never been here. Is everything okay? Took so long. There are so many things here. It took so long to find it and got so much dust on my clothes. You gotta give me some dry cleaning funds. Don't you go raising the price on the spot. I don't have a lot of research funds either. Tell me, where's the anomaly this time? In a wardrobe. Can you repeat your question? My internet kind of buffering. I forgot my question. By the time your internet buffered, I had forgotten what I said. It was in a large wardrobe, not very innovative when it comes to hide and seek. Oh, in a wardrobe, huh? Yeah, that's not very creative. Come back soon. Maybe the sensor is close to detecting something again. You'll need to head out quickly in that case. It's really weird because my own YouTube... Like, my own YouTube live stream that I'm watching while I'm live streaming does buffer sometimes. And I feel like YouTube does not give the same amount of bandwidth or whatever, like, whatever allocation they use, whatever memory they use. They don't allocate enough of that to live streams, I feel like, or at least large videos. Every time I start watching a large video on YouTube, it feels like it buffers very slowly. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. Like, if you watch a 5-minute or 20-minute video, it feels like it's much faster. And I feel like this also applies to small YouTube channels. If you watch a video from a small YouTube channel, it feels like it buffers slower than large channels. I don't know if that's just confirmation bias, but yeah. A residence in the Great Mine. Does that mean there's someone staying? Did the anomaly hide among the crowd? No clues. Coordinate feels like it's something to do with residences. Oh, that's super far away. Even these guys are kind of tough now. Okay.
这份力量的生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
敌方数据说收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
你挡路了，
开始介入支援。
此番没有诸位共赏。
Ooh, Warp Trotter. You guys know what the Warp Trotter even gives? Because I feel like it's very hard for me to read the mats that I get when I kill them. So I just assume that I'm getting more stuff, but I don't actually know if that's true.
看来要吃点苦头，退下吧。
I just assume that I'm getting more stuff. They give primos or something, right? No idea. I have to see. Oh, they're gone. Jesus.
我来治治你。嘿，
送你一场，彼岸葬送。
Are there? Oh, there's another Warp Trotter? What's going on?
剑下不必留情。
Interesting.
就让你们看这葫芦里卖的什么呀？
此番美景邀诸位共赏。
看来要吃
敌方
点苦头。
数据收集收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。看流灰，
这份力量的生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
送你一场。
退下吧。
剑下不必。
Uh-oh. I messed up there. Misclick. I guess we won't see because I didn't get to kill them.
此咒将至。
侦查到敌方目标，
交给我吧。
你病得快。
剑下不怕。
This new equilibrium level is kind of annoying. Kinda. This again? Nothing to eat. Anomaly is not here. This deal is mine as long as I fleece those two fools into completing the deal, then make their base capital. What? Don't eat drop. Anomaly not here. So where is it? Okay, so I assume it's on the other side then. Wait, what? Another stream? Yeah, what time is it for you guys? So, because Oh, you're hiding here. Ah, how? What a clever hiding spot. So, as I've explained multiple times, I missed out on the Tales of the Fantastic event yesterday because I'm a dumbass and I had to do the Simulated Universe before it. So I missed out on 300 primos, or Jades as you call them in this game, which led to me kind of wailing a bit. I spent another $20, don't tell anybody that. And because of that, I've decided that I am going to be a bit more proactive in finishing events and doing the extra content. So the main content is still going to be at the end of the day. Around the same time that I've always streamed at, but for some of the less like important stuff, like the events and the Simulated Universe, I'm probably gonna do them at the start of the week instead of at the end of the week now. Am I the only one who thinks Zepla's views about Genshin is kind of stopping to grow? What are you talking about? Like, do you mean she's not playing Genshin anymore? Like, I mean, if you get bored of it, then don't play it. Like, Necrit is still playing Genshin. If Zepla doesn't play Genshin, it's not like gonna be the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world. You guys can just play Genshin by yourselves. You guys can watch me play Genshin instead of watching her play Genshin. Alright? I know, it's kind of a wild idea, but I'm just putting it out there. No, I'm saying Zepla's views is kind of decreasing. I mean, she's doing other stuff and those aren't decreasing. Those views aren't decreasing. Like, If there's no main content, the reason why people watch other people play Genshin is to watch them play through the story. And she has already played through the main story, so what else is there to do? I guess she can do the story quest content, as in this character story quest content. But most of those are not going to be as exciting as the main story. So it doesn't surprise me if her views for Genshin content is not increasing. Is it going well with you? It's okay if you really can't. It'll increase again when Fontaine comes out. It's not that complicated. If there's no exciting content, then people are not going to watch her play Genshin. They're not going to watch people play Genshin just because it's Genshin. Like, I was watching Necrit earlier. I think it was yesterday. I was watching his live stream for the 4.0 live stream, and then after the 4.0 live stream ended, he started doing fucking like Shinchou quest because he's never done that, and I was just bored out of my fucking mind, so I just stopped watching him. So, like, what is he supposed to do about that? Nothing. He can't do anything. I'm leaving. Just like how some people don't like watching me play like these events or Simulated Universe, because it's just doing the same thing over and over again, right? There's no main story content, so what are they supposed to watch? No, I mean, I'm just looking about watching 4.0 live stream and it's just getting 7,000 views. What? But her videos don't get that much views in general. Like, what are you... Zepla 4.0. I mean, her views don't get that much views in general. Like, what is this? 14,000 views, 79,000. Prep guide. Her views are being carried by other people's content. It's not... I know this sounds really bad, but... the amount of views that she gets is based on what other people think of the content. And what, like... So, Zepla... This one got 149,000 views. Zepla is amazed by Pins Kugain Tower speedrun. This is because she's reacting to content that other people created. And obviously, Zepla is mainly known for Final Fantasy XIV, so of course she's going to get more views for that, because she's going back to something that is, like, super exciting for her core fan base, right? And this is, again, Final Fantasy content. But when she watches stuff like Elder Scrolls lore, you gotta remember, Zepla is not mainly known for Genshin content. Like, if she watches other stuff like Elder Scrolls lore, whatever, it's just 6.8 thousand views. 3 days ago, it's kind of bad, to be honest. If it's 7,000, but one day it's kind of okay-ish, but I don't really care. Like, even before that, she watched other content about Genshin Impact. Only back then, she still only got 10,000 views. Like, none of this ever got that many views. And then Zepla reacts to... her Genshin vids have never gotten very many views. I'll be honest. Like, what is this? 16,000, 12,000, 10,000? It's all within the same amount. Around the same amount of views. 10,000 after 2 months. 6.3 thousand. 8,000. I don't know. I really feel bad, like, just talking about the amount of views that other people are getting, because I'm not getting a lot of views either. I have, like, an infinitesimally small amount of views compared to any of these content creators. So who am I to say that, you know, they have low views? But you guys are the ones asking me to look at this stuff. So it doesn't really matter to me. Something's not wrong, very wrong indeed. My intuition is giving me a really bad feeling. Is this a bad omen for Boulder Town? I've marked the location for you this time. Pay attention and don't miss anything. If we go look at Necrit Live, Necrit TV. Necrit TV. How many views is he getting? That is not about Genshin. 3.12 thousand. 14, 3.1. Like, he's looking at Legends of Runeterra stuff and it's getting like 3.1 thousand views. 8.5, 14,000, 11,000, 46,000 finding Fantilia. 22,000 with the League of Legends, the fighting. I don't know what to call this. It's like a fighting arena. 68,000 watching Dan Hen doing his transformation. 41,000, 11,000 Spiral Abyss. It seems pretty normal, like pretty average. Like he's not getting more views because his live stream is much more focused on Genshin Impact at this point compared to League of Legends. Because his Twitch stream audience is very split from his normal YouTube content audience. So because his live stream content is much more focused on Genshin Impact, and he gained a lot more viewers from Genshin Impact than Zepla did. Of course, his views are going to be much more centered around Genshin Impact compared to his other content like League of Legends. Even though he's mainly known as the League of Legends guy, League of Legends has definitely died off a tiny bit compared to when it was at its prime. So it's not a surprise to me that Zepla is not getting more views from Genshin Impact compared to his other content. I have a lot of things to do. The whole reason I hired you was to save my effort. If I have to go there myself anyways, I might as well do... Now compare like 4.0 Genshin. I will say that Genshin, the 4.0 trailer is definitely not getting as many views as previous videos, right? So if you look at the 4.0 live stream, it's only got 1.9 thousand views. But then if you go look at previous live streams, the Overture teaser got 6.6 million views. Even the Teyvat skin trailer got 1 million views. It's pretty much regular for every single video in Genshin Impact. Every single major special program will get like at least 1 million views. That is the standard for Genshin Impact. But in the previous era, if you go look at 2.0 Genshin trailer, how many views did that get? That got 17 million views. So just 1 to 2 million views is actually quite low for Genshin Impact. And I think the problem with that is that, you know, it's like I said previously about Fontaine, it doesn't have as many exciting things as Sumeru, because Sumeru gave us Dendro. And 2.0 Inazuma was the first new region we ever got. So those are absolutely going to be much more exciting than anything we get in the future. Although I do think that they will give us new content that is exciting. Like obviously for Fontaine, we're getting swimming. I think in Natlan we might get like buff male characters, maybe even buff female characters. That's probably Copium, but that's probably not going to happen. There were also more leaks and promos for Sumeru. Yeah, that's true. I think they felt more pressure to release more promotional content. Well, at least they felt more okay to release promotional content for Sumeru because everything had essentially been leaked 2 months before release. So there was no point in them keeping a bunch of stuff hidden away. Like, we literally saw all of the characters together in a single screenshot. I even made a video about it. Having all the characters, just showing them off. Like, it was everywhere. Oh, lol, really? That died too? Well, if you look at Google Trends, if you compare Genshin Impact to... Where's Genshin Impact now? If you compare League of Legends... If you just compare it to Twitch, it might give you a pretty misleading number. Yeah, League of Legends is actually below Genshin Impact in terms of interest. And we're in a low point right now, before Fontaine starts. So... Yeah, League of Legends... If you only look at Twitch... and the kind of games that are being streamed on Twitch on the front page, you will get a very misleading idea of what games are the most popular. Because Twitch is very heavily weighted in favor of multiplayer games. All the multiplayer games, even if they're like failing, dying, or not really relevant to the wider gaming player base, they will still be on the front page because it's just much easier to create interesting content for multiplayer games. I remember that video. Yeah. Oh, you've been subscribed for that long? Holy shit. Or at least you've watched my videos for that long. I wonder how many of my subscribers are from the very start when I first started my channel. When I started complaining about Inazuma's story. Those were the days. When I was still edgelordy enough to just make videos complaining about anything. My Precious will open the gates to Belobog's scientific academia. By that point, I will not be the Regan everyone knows. The intuition this time makes my scalp tingle. This feeling of deja vu is so weird. I need to rest for a bit. You go on. Yeah, I've been doing this for a bit now, right? It's been over a year since I started. Munchie, hello. I subbed around the time video around the Sumeru video too. Yeah, I got a lot of subs from that video. I got around 40 subs, I think. I'm actually kind of amazed that I'm getting subs from live streaming too, because I think who was it? Anson Enderborn actually subbed from watching my live stream, and I think another person also subbed from watching my live stream. I've gotten at least 3 subs from live streaming. Yeah. Subscribers, it's been pretty flat, but I got one from actually finished Genshin Honkai Star Rail content. Yeah, this is basically Anson, that one over here. And then I got 8 subs from Genshin voice actor not getting paid, another 6 subs from Honkai Star Rail developer trolling Genshin fans, and then another 4 subs from the cultural representation video. And then I've been getting like 1 subs for live streams too. Clip, live stream, live stream, live stream, live stream. I've gotten at least 4 subs from live streaming, which is not a lot, but it's something. The Inazuma video, the one that made me discover your channel, but I only saw it when it was months old already. Yeah. Another interesting thing is that my video didn't pop off. My video on Inazuma's story did not actually pop off until much, much later. Yeah, which video was that? Yeah. Genshin Impact has big problems, which was where's my video? Where the fuck is my video? Oh, it's even older. Yeah, why the story of Inazuma feels less satisfying and coherent than Liu's story. Got 19,000 views several months after it came out. Like, look at this. Look at this trajectory. It came out on September 18th. It came out on September 18th. And then October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 6 months, 9 months. 9 months after it came out, it popped off. It just popped off like that. It had only 1,000 views and then it went up to 19,000 views almost immediately. That was weird. I wonder, like, YouTube algorithm makes no fucking sense. I'll tell you that. Well, they tell you who subscribed while watching that? Yeah, they do. Well, not exactly who is subscribing. I think it has to do with your privacy settings. If you tell them that you allow other people to see your name. Oh my god, this got 79 fucking subscribers. That's insane. You know what's weird about this video? This video was actually very badly voiced. Like, if you listen to it now, you can barely hear anything. Like, its sound was so low. And I had such a bad mic at the time. I don't think I was even using my... So I had 3 microphones during my time while making YouTube stuff. I had my original really crappy like $30 mic, which is the one I'm using right here, and then I upgraded to a Blue Yeti, and then I upgraded to my current mic, which is the Fifine. And honestly, I'm not sure which is better, the Fifine mic or my Blue Yeti mic. It's like a toss-up. This one is better if I'm far away, but I think... No, this one is better if I'm like at medium range, but my Blue Yeti mic is better when I'm at a distance. And I think it's also better at picking up sound as well. The problem with my Fifine mic is that its cover, this barrier around it, it's not very good. So if I talk really close up like this, it sounds really badly. So I have to talk really far away. Well, not really far away, but just at medium range. But if I talk even farther from that, then it's very hard to hear. So this was back when I was using my pre-Blue Yeti mic, which means that I didn't have the sound control really set up. Well, I still don't really understand how the sound works, but it's better now compared to back when I was making this video. Yeah, bench ASMR. Hopefully it's a bit better now when I'm making my videos, but still, this video really popped off. Like, literally 9 months after the video came out. When did I even publish this, right? Look at when I published this. I made this video back in 2021, September. So it's been almost 2 years since I made this video. Which is crazy. You sound hot and built. Thank you. Thank you. I actually am, like, literally temperature-wise hot as fuck. Because I have my ceiling fan on right now. Another reason, I don't know why, but part of the reason why I streamed at night is because I thought it would be like cooler. I thought it would be less hot and I would actually be able to use my computer without it overheating. But for some reason, it's actually cooler. It's actually just as cool during the daytime. And it doesn't feel as cool during the night. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's less wind. I don't know what the logic behind that is, but it is what it is. It turns out streaming at night does not actually make the temperature cooler. It just makes it feel weird. And I feel more tired. Because I've been waking up earlier these days. And I think I've also been waking up earlier these days because, you know, the sunlight it's always sunny. Punch it, kick it. Heavy kick. Thank goodness he didn't kick it more than once, or there would be one more person in Belobog with communicated comminuted. Is this a word? Comminuted phalanx fractures? What is comminuted? Comminuted. Reduced to minute particles or fragments. Where are people getting these words? I swear the translators is just... But it's not completely fruitless. At least you found just how hard Geomero is. Go ask the kids over there whether... Did you guys know in the original version of the Belobog story, Geomero gave you cancer? I mean, it probably still does give you cancer. But it's not really talked about in the story. Very little dust, but who knows, this might be the new trick. It's also very timid. So much so that it'll break an otherwise perfect disguise with just a little threat. Intimidate it with words. You feel like people who are passing by were giving you sneaky looks. But when you try to spot who those people are, they slipped out of sight. As for the board, it endures your verbal abuse, unyielding. You didn't find the anomaly, but it's not completely fruitless. Maybe the next urban legend in Belobog is a strange person who's trying to intimidate a display board. Go ask the kids over there whether they saw anything new. Anything odd. Maybe you can find a new clue. Okay. I'll show you some basics. Do you know that light is a particle? No idea. He looped back and he still hasn't answered my question. He repeated this at least several dozen times. This person is weird. Not only is his spiel familiar, he looks similar too. Have we met somewhere? I know about your theory. Light as a particum carries particle. Are you a parrot too? It's too early to be teaching children these things. Yeah, I got tired listening. I didn't think an adult would speak for us kids. He speaks too fast and he kept repeating the same few sentences. I got bored. So tired. Who are you? Why do you keep staring at us? Are you here to listen to his scientific research? What is he doing? He's telling us about the theories of the universe. It's always the same sentences, but it does sound like a real scientific study. Wouldn't hurt listening to it, wouldn't it? What's his name? Don't remember. He must have said it, but I was trying to focus on his study, so I didn't pay attention. Sounds like a re... Oh, wait, no, it's a lay. I forgot. You're so forgetful. I remember. He calls himself Regan. What's the passphrase? Passphrase. Unintelligible noise. Okay, that's cool. Bye? Bye? You sound hard about... Wow, I did not know that. Alright, gonna brush my teeth and read a bit and sleep. Alright, see you, Adria Gailey. Yeah. Oh, it's got a shield on. It's a shielder. I didn't even realize it popped off so late. I thought it was only like 1 or 2 months, but it's actually 9 months. It started popping off in May 24th. This was when it started going uphill. So around May. May. Is this May 2023? Wait, what? No, this was back in 2022. So it popped off in May 2022. And I uploaded this back in September 2021. That was an incredible surprise. A very good surprise. But I still don't understand how the YouTube algorithm did what it did. So whenever somebody tells you your video sucks, you probably need to just understand that YouTube works in mysterious ways, and sometimes you can't understand how it works. Sometimes you just get lucky.
番美景邀诸位共赏。彼岸葬送。
马法敌方数据说收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。看，
送你一程。
侦查，
Oh, another trotter.
剑下不必留。
开始介入支援。
彼岸葬送，送你一场一世一程。此番美景邀诸位共赏。
开始吧。这份力量的生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
我方占据优势，再来一下，收网标记激活，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。我来治治你。嘿咻，
剑下不必留情。
侦查到敌方目标。
What do you guys say? You guys watch every single Genshin video that they put out? Like, what kind of videos do you guys prefer from the official Genshin Impact channel? Like, out of all of this, have you watched all of this, including the version 4.0 promotional video, or do you guys just watch the trailers? How many of you guys tune into the live stream? Like, who actually watches this on YouTube? I don't know. It kind of I would like to get some like statistics on this stuff. $6 million views for Scaramouche's trailer. I think I watched all of it. Nice.
再来一下。
彼岸葬送。
I watched it on Murder of Birds live stream. I tried to send you lots of texts, but none of them went through. Are you getting a bad signal at your location? Are you the real Regan? What are you talking about? How can there be a fake Regan in this world? Did you hit your head too hard? What happened to you? Did you have an accident? Don't go anywhere. I'll send you some money right now. I'm so touched. You seem fine to me as well. Never mind. I won't press you for the time. For what happened this time. Just come back and have a rest. When you have time, can you come back after resting up so we can have a face-to-face chat? Alright. And after that, only watch reaction from other people. I'm still not watch the YouTube. That's interesting because I definitely feel like... Yeah, because so many people watch the live stream on other people's stream. Ironically, that takes views away from the official Genshin channel. Because who the hell is going... I feel like Genshin Impact is so heavily weighted towards like interactions from content creators that their own videos probably take away some of those views. Or maybe that's just my impression because I'm so heavily involved in like watching other people as well. Like I have not watched a single second of this. And I think some of the problem is also that they're so invested on Twitch as well, right? Because Twitch only does live streams on... Genshin only does the first live stream on Twitch, rather than simultaneous live stream for YouTube. And they've changed it completely for Honkai Star Rail. Not only have they abandoned Twitch, they do the entire live stream on YouTube as well. I don't know why they did that. It feels like they're very much... like it's an experiment on the kind of player base they have. Maybe they thought that the Twitch player base is not as good for Honkai Star Rail, so they don't stream on it. Who knows? Talk about the censor. I'm relieved to see you're doing alright. The Silvermane guards probably wouldn't let me go if something were to happen to you. As for the censor, I'm so mad. Those old geezers said that I had already submitted a similar paper and that it was full of typos. They said I should stop creating trouble for them. Just look at this. My research notes are perfectly clear. How can there be typos? Wait, what? I suspect that Anomaly stole my notes and sold them to some uneducated brute, and their ignorance was exposed when they copied the notes. I wish I took more steps to protect myself back when you first gave me the note pieces. Now, who did that Anomaly sell my notes to? I'm gonna hunt that person down. Do you really not have a twin brother? Why would you ask a question like this? Did you meet someone who looked like me? This isn't interesting. Most Belabogians look similar in one way or another. What? You must be mistaken. I don't have a twin brother. I think the Twitch version only for hardcores and the YouTube version are for casuals, to be honest, since they can just watch it at any time compared to Twitch. True. I'm gonna protect my research notes extremely well now. They won't ever be stolen again. Ooh. And it's done. Wait, that's it? Is that an event? I think I'm done. Okay, now for the story quest. I've been waiting to do this for a very, very long time. Actually, I should probably do this before it ends. Do the trials. Imagine if we got a 5-star version of Arlen that is as good as Blade. Blade is literally just worse Arlen. Like, he doesn't get an auto attack when he gets damaged. That's the problem.
还没学到教训。
不许跑！咱们还是以和为贵。就以奇珍万千，一心同归。
Do you guys think the team that we're playing as is Vantilia, or is she a different character? Like, is there actually a real team that we're playing as, or is it always being Vantilia, even the one that we're playing as? That's an interesting question. Personally, I think that the team that we're playing as is the real teaming. That's why her voice lines don't, like, her voice lines don't agree with Luocha's, because Luocha says that he has met Ting before, whereas the Ting that we're playing as says that she's never met Luocha. I think she's the original one or whatever it was. Yeah, I think so too. Because one of Luocha's voice lines literally says he's met Ting before somewhere else, and then Ting's voice line says that she's never met Luocha. So it's possible that the Ting that Luocha has met is actually Vantilia. I never see any playable character we have as canon characters, to be honest. Really interesting. I mean, I assume that their voice lines are the actual voice lines of those characters. That's what I think. If they existed in like a vacuum world, devoid of any other interactions.
有机会。
切忌冲动行事。对了，
看来是赶上一点心意而已，不必在意。
I really dislike Natasha's animation for her ultimate. It feels so overdone. Like, the problem with the Natasha's animations and animations that are too fast in Honkai Star Rail is that because we're always on double speed, it feels like they're just moving too fast. Like, they're literally doing a camera pan around her entire body, like twice, before she does the ultimate. It feels so weird. We only fight with Danhen, March, etc. That's it. If there's Japard, then yeah, that's true, but that's just like Genshin Impact. And we consider the characters that we fight with in Genshin Impact canonical characters. The things that they're doing are not canonical, but their personalities are canonical.
睡吧。
我无意挑起争端。
That's basically what I'm saying. Not saying that they're actually doing the things that we make them do.
生死虚实，洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
别怪我不客气了，躲不了了吧？吃我一招凤凰现形！停！准备打针了，睡吧。让开就挨揍了，躲不了了吧？
Wait, is her sword glowing? I just noticed that. I think when she's glowing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
别怪我不客气了。
Her sword. If I use her Q, okay, then it starts glowing purple when I'm pressing her E, and then when it's on normal attack, it doesn't glow purple. But I thought there was like a kind of like mystical atmosphere around the sword. I wonder what that was about. So when I press E, maybe that was something else. I don't know. All right, that's done. All right, let's start. Well, I've already started the Yukon mission, but let's continue the Yukon mission. What is this? Frosty Blades Trial. Okay, let's ignore that for now.
需要我来制定接下来的计划吗？
你为什么就是不肯听我的？
因为这是我自己的人生。你明明知道我有这个天赋，我可以成为罗夫最棒的飞行士，就像您一样。
天赋。要是没有那2个异邦人，你现在已经死了。偷走星茶，飞上天的那一刻很快乐吧？被孽物包围时呢？
Do you think selling stars shut down? What about being trapped by abominations? You'd be dead if it weren't for those 2 travelers. Okay, that makes sense.
那一刻你有没有想过
I thought they mistranslated it for a second.
我会是什么样的心情？多少人想在天博斯混一份清闲的文职，你答应过我会有始有终做好它。现在你不仅违背了天博斯的规制，还违背了我们母女的约定。
妈妈，我说了很多遍，那是情势所迫。我想帮您，想帮天博斯一次。我不想只是坐在桌前，每天面对写不完的文件。我不适合干那个。考斗剑飞行士的时候，我的分数是最高的，他们夸我是不亚于您的天才，都说我不愧是您的女儿，令人羡慕。可他们都不知道，我是偷着去考的。 因为如果被您知道了，您绝不会允许。
偷着去考。当时我要是说个不字，你以为你能走进考场，坐上斗剑？至于天才，别在我跟前提起这2个字。我不明白，你为什么一定要成为飞行士？
我也想不通。 您为什么就是不明白？这世上任何人都能做斗剑飞行士，唯独斯多的女儿不能，怎么会有这么荒唐的事？您自己不愿意再飞，也不敢捆住我呀！我不是你养在笼子里的鸟儿。
请你要去干什么？
I've never wanted to be a pilot. I'll say that.
让2位见笑了。
真不好意思，我们出现的不是时候。
Because piloting a plane is not really like flying. You're basically just sitting in a cockpit. It's basically the same thing. Like if you're going to just sit in a cockpit and fly a plane, like what is the difference from that from driving a car or like a really big vehicle? Like you could probably just get the same experience driving a car as you would flying a plane. Apologies.
与2位无关，是我不分场合，失忆了。
我们无意窥探于空斯多的隐私。
All right, see you next stream. Thanks for tuning in.
如果您有什么苦恼，我们能
It
帮上
is
忙的，
Azadeh
还请不要客气。
Art, I
不
think.
过是些家事罢了。2位刚才应该听到只言片语了吧？秦妮这孩子一心想成为斗剑飞行士，可我没有允许，我让他好好做一个文员。这可能显得我很专断， 但是，一想起他被怪物困住那一幕，我就后怕的尾巴打颤。说来可笑，丰饶联军也好，活化的星球也罢，什么样的绝境我都曾目睹过。本以为自己是个不知害怕为何物的人，和你们一同战斗时，我才明白，原来这世上真有能让我感到恐惧的事。啊，抱歉，谈这些糟心事，打扰了客人的雅兴。今日请来二位，是为了加深与列车的了解，切莫让这些琐事扫了兴致。作为赔罪，我为二位准备了茶点，请来品品这上好的凌渊春。
Though things didn't get off to a great
能和
start,
变形星海的无名客谈天，真是受
you
益
had
匪
fun
浅。
at tea.
这些礼物是为感谢你们救下小女准备的，请不要推辞。
我听天博司的人说起过，御空大人是罗浮数一数二的飞行士，云骑军中的王牌。上一回瞧见您挽弓的模样，便知道传言不假。希望未来能再有幸目睹您驾驭新茶的神迹。司舵公务繁忙，我们也不便叨扰。希望以后还有机会和您多多交流。
恐怕要让瓦尔特先生失望了，天空已经不再适合我了。
Longevity pill of something something. Wait, what do we get? We got a... Wait, we have pulse. Let's do that first. Gotta satisfy my pole addiction. I wonder if getting that guaranteed character did something to my pity. Like, does that affect my pity at all? Because I have quite a lot of pity. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51. 5-star, let's go! I guess it didn't, or if it did, it didn't matter. Himiko! Let's go! Oh, I got Bronia's light cone! Nice. Okay, Bronia, let's give you your signature light cone. I'm so lucky in this game, man. What does it even do? I feel like this might be better for Blade, though. What does this even do? Increase the wearer's energy regeneration rate by 10% and regenerate 1 skill point. Holy shit! When the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally. This effect can be triggered once every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. When the wearer uses their skill, the next ally taking action deals 30% more damage for 1 turn. Oh, so that's way better than this because it's 30% damage. No, it's not way better because this is on all the time. But I think this is pretty good too because it gives me, yeah, this is just as good if not better because this gives me skill points, energy regeneration, and then 30% more damage for 1 turn. So if I use my ult, so does my ultimate count as part of my turn if I use it before the turn ends, or does it count as my part of my turn if I use it after the turn ends, after I use my attack? I wonder which one it is. Interesting. Okay, I'll use this. Why not? Nice, nice. I mean, I would have preferred Himiko still, but this is almost as good. Almost. It's actually insane how lucky I've gotten. I have gotten multiple light cones off pity. Like, not off pity. Like, I didn't even hit soft pity, right? Because the pity for the standard banner is 90 pulls always. for hard pity, and I guess it like pops off at around 74. So I actually did get this off of pity. Amazing. What is the passive? The passive, it gives me 1 skill point every 2 times I use my ultimate. It increases my energy regeneration rate by 10%. Yep. And this can be triggered every 2 uses. After every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. So I think it's every 3 ultimates. And then also increases the damage of the character that goes after her. After she uses her skill by 30%. So this is definitely competitive. I think this is definitely competitive with the previous Lycone I used, which was this, which increased the damage type of the same element by 15%. Nice. Okay. I've leveled up this more than this one, so I'm assuming that this is better as of this moment. Nice. Ugh, good pulls all around. Okay. I'll have to test out whether or not the ult counts as part of the turn. I should probably have figured that out by now, but I haven't.
请留步。本来应该再次感谢2位恩公的救命之恩，但这一回又让你们看了笑话，真是非常抱歉。
I understand it's the parent-child relationship.
看来恩公也遇到过类似的事情吗？真是太好了！不是，我的意思是，终于给我遇上了一个有共鸣的人。我已经过了及笄礼，是个成年人了。 我有实现梦想的自由吧，可是妈妈却还是把我当个孩子看，把我拢在她的翅膀下，好像离开了她，我就一刻也活不下去一样。
青妮小姐，这是你的家务事，我不便指挥。但是，我可以说些亲身体验。为人父母是会让一个人变得顽固的，要改变岩石，恐怕还得水滴日复一日的耐心琢磨。所以。 青妮小姐与其像今天这样爆发，不如耐心用行动来证明自己可以照顾好自己。
When it comes to family stuff, I leave it to Mr. Yang. Don't think I have the qualifications to advise here.
其实我妈是个通情达理的人，可一谈到飞行的话题，她就变得不可理喻了。藏起我的新茶玩具，把待在港口数飞船的我拉走，逼着我坐在桌案前读书。 虽然我费尽心思，最后进了天波斯，结果在他的安排下，我却干起了文职。每天走过宣业大街，抬头看那些自由自在划过天空的飞行器，心里就空落落的。不好意思啊，肚子里也是。哦。 刚看到我妈招待你们的那什么茶点，味道好不好啊
Yes, the aroma was incredible.
今天闹了这么一阵，都气饱了，啥也没吃上。
不如这样，我妈招待了各位上好的茶点，我也不能没什么表示。我带2位逛逛新茶海，尝尝罗浮本地最有名的小吃。
这次张贴广告。
到啦！仙州罗浮最地道的小吃其实是饮料啦，就在这个自动售货机里。
Wow, the full 5-star treatment.
对不起，我一个坐办公室的，实在请不起你们吃大餐。
你看这个苏打豆汁儿，一人来1罐。虽然这个东西的味道也许有些独特，但我超喜欢喝。
flavor.
让我来尝尝这个。
Do you guys have any weird like foods, like fast foods that you have in your country, or is it just like Chinese places like Taiwan and China, where they have weird shit like pizza flavored chips? I feel like I've been seeing more weird flavored stuff in Canada as well. Like I've seen some Mexican taco flavored chips lately
你还喝得惯吗？
in Walmart. Or maybe that's always been there. It doesn't seem to be selling very well though. It seems to be always on discount. Anyone have a bucket? Simply delicious.
哇，第一次见到能痛饮苏打豆汁的一帮人。唉，自己喜欢的东西，果然并不是每个人都能接受的呀。就像飞行一样。喝不下可千万别勉强了，咱们到别处去看看吧。我知道新茶海有个地方特别适合观赏新茶。
Todd. I've heard about your quest, but not gonna do that one right now. Apparently you get to meet Blade in Todd's quest.
其实人生就是这样的，没人清楚打开豆汁罐子前自己会是喜欢还是讨厌。独一无二的体验，往往就藏在这种带有风险的抉择里。
瓦尔特先生和我妈真是不一样，他总和我说，一旦踏上天空，就无法回头了。飞行士可是和死亡共舞的。我知道他是对的，我知道斗剑飞行士是劳累又危险的工作。 可我还是想在星间飞行，在辽阔的银河中为仙州联盟而战。
青妮小姐为什么会执着于这个梦想呢？
你们知道胡人的试儿习俗吗？就是在孩子出生不久，在他周围摆上一圈代表未来命运的物品。
Oh, this is like Avatar: The Last Airbender. When somebody's born, they place a bunch of items before them, and if they reach for the right items, they become a fucking
那么成为
god.
战士，建功立业指日可待。抓住新茶玩具。
That always confused me about Avatar: The Last Airbender, because Aang was selected because he chose the right toys when he was born. So if there was another kid who chose the right toys, wouldn't that mean they're the Airbender Avatar? I don't know. They've become a tailway salesman. They'll become a Starskiff pilot. So you reach for the Starskiff.
不，不是我，是我那天才无双的妈妈。妈妈小时候选中了新茶。 他果然展现出了极高的飞行天赋，才刚成年就被景元将军招进了云骑军，成为了一名斗剑飞行士。妈妈创造过无数奇迹，她曾在不离人密集的防空火力中，如同箭矢穿过暴雨般畅行无阻，一连击坠3艘兽舰。她还是天博斯竞速纪录击坠数纪录的保持者。
Yo, what's up, Volt?
作为御空大人的
Nice to see you
女儿，
here.
我很自豪。
I'm currently okay, so if you didn't know, I'm streaming at different times for some like side content. Not that I've ever had like a distinct schedule, but so far I seem to have always streamed at nighttime during my time zone. And that's been running into problems because I can't seem to finish content fast enough. So I'm going to do some side content like events and maybe like some story quests and Similar Universe during like Mondays. So that I don't feel as rushed when I'm doing events later on.
事实证明，我的确像他一样有天赋，因为我不但活了下来，还停得很稳。
Also, I have not done any of the story quests in Shinjo Lofu, which is really bad because I'm supposed to be making a video on the problems with the story here.
结果，我从没见过他表情这么可怕。
So finally, I'm getting to it.
未成年人驾驶新茶该打，只是妈妈当时似乎不仅是为这事愤怒。
I also just got Bronia's light cone at around 53 pity, so that was fun.
我一直想不通为什么。
父母不想让孩子涉险，御空大人的心思，我想我能理解。
可是，飞行是我唯一想做的事情，因为已经触碰过天空了。
Rough night shift, and saw your live stream when I opened YouTube. Nice. The YouTube algorithm, it's working.
妈妈的秘书西葵小姐给我发短信，说之前在搭救我时，妈妈有一个随身的挂饰遗落在了回心港。西葵小姐
Yeah, maybe if I
建议
stream
我
at other times, I'll
将那个
also
挂饰
get
找
viewers
回
from
来
other
还给
time
妈妈，
zones.
也借
Because I know
此
that when I
修
stream,
复一
not
下
a
和
lot.
她的关
There are
系。
some people who there are just people who
遗落在
can't
回
tune
心港
in,
吗？
and when I stream at this time, there are other people who
那
can't
我
tune
们陪
in.
你走一遭，一起找找看吧。
这样劳烦二位，真的合适吗？
Our way of saying thanks for the mung-bean soda.
对不起，别提豆汁儿了。
What time zone are you in? I'm assuming you're in Pacific. You're in the Pacific, right? Probably West Coast, because if you say you just had a rough night shift and woke up, probably means you're maybe around sometime around 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in your local time zone.
我明白了。
Teeny's memories. What is that? Teeny remembered how affectionate her mother was, but she also remembered how stubborn and unreasonable her mother was when it came to becoming a pilot. Let's do another poll. Maybe I'll get another 5-star. Nope. Okay. E2 Blade, let's go. Nope. Something other than Natasha, please. Nope. Nope. Central time? As in like Central America or Central Europe? Probably Central Europe. I feel like every time I've never heard somebody refer to Central America as in like Central America. They just call it the Midwest or some shit. Central America, okay. That would be the first for me. Can I exchange something? Give me another one of those. Another one. I'm really... Holy shit, 104 MS.
"和孽物战斗时一片混乱，妈妈的东西应该就丢在了附近。
青妮小姐知道那个挂饰什么样吗？
我想想，应该是一个方方正正的小物件。我记得她一直贴身带着这样一个挂饰。
看来到你的专业领域了。
Isn't combat my expertise? Isn't solving puzzles my expertise? Who do you think I am, D-Tang?
你敏锐的观察力总是令我叹服。这件事交给你来做，我是绝对放心的。
Well, it's alright time zone and not as bad when I live in South Africa. That time zone was pain. True. In fact, living in South Africa is probably just a pain in general for internet. Maybe, is it as bad as, I feel like living in Australia would be theoretically worse. Carrying the side crane. Because you're on the island. How do people in Australia even play MMOs or multiplayer games?
永寿园有一种鸟，有着漂亮的羽翼，但无法被人驯养，因为只要将它们关在笼中，便活不了多久。
I feel like you would just have to like give up on
触
any
碰过天
kind
空
of
的鸟
multiplayer in general.
是没办法在笼中生活的。你别开玩笑了，都说了是个挂饰。我妈怎么会把这样一个东西贴身携带呢？
What do people even? What
这
region do
瓷瓶
people
本身
even play on in
倒是很
South
精致
Africa?
漂亮这款式应该是仙兽祥瑞纹吧？
Is there an African region? I don't think I've ever seen an
先生
African
真是博学
region
多识。
in any game.
我也是现学现卖罢了。
Okay. Next. Which is the next one? Control Cyclone to search for missing items. Cool.
震刀，这不会也是之前遗落的东西吧？当时也来了不少云旗。
不，这个只是模型，应该是拍摄幻戏要用的道具吧。
这应该不是御空司铎遗落的东西，实在太大了。
When encountering enemies, the Cyclone will automatically return. Oh, they have a sleeping animation. They literally have bubbles when they're sleeping. What the heck? Ooh, didn't realize that. I don't think so. Africa is not known for being rich or having time to play games or have enough money to buy a PC. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, unfortunately. It always kind of feels weird that like an entire portion of humanity isn't really
这是妈妈一
represented
直贴身携带的挂饰
in，terms of like video
但我以
games.
前从没注意到里面还藏了个小东
Maybe
西。
that's just me though.
这是寻猎的徽记，
A lucky charm, I don't get it.
这是飞行士会挂在星查舱室里，用来祈求飞行好运的小东西。
Like there's no Central America server, no African server.
这一定是御空司铎相当珍重的东西。千妮小姐，我们送你回去，请你亲自将它还给令堂吧，也借此契机和他好好聊聊。
不，我想等一下再回去。在此之前，有件事希望二位恩公能帮我。
如果是让我们帮你劝说令堂，这恐怕有些困难。清官难断家务事，我们终究是外人。
您误会了，我只是想知道母亲究竟在想什么。是什么让一名天才飞行士，一个明明热爱飞行的人，变成了这样？母亲将这件圣物留在身上，显然还怀念着自己的飞行生涯，可她却不肯再飞行了，甚至不让我成为斗剑飞行士，到底是为什么呢？
也许我们可以旁敲侧击，问问知情人士。
Like Jing Yuan.
神策府将军功力
Yeah.
繁忙，我们未必见得到他。
I've always wondered like what the ping must be like in South America
御空司铎是他一手
and
提
in
拔
places
上
like
来的。
Africa. I'm guessing that South America is at least better because it's closer to like North
景
America,
元将军，
but I'm not sure.
直接去问他合适吗？
Like if you were living in Brazil, it probably
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
so bad. But if you were living in like
二位本来就是将军的贵客。
Argentina or somewhere,
但即使如此，这也太给二位添麻烦
or
了。
maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe they have incredibly good
没关系。
internet.
如果能弄清楚御空司铎不再愿意飞行的原因，大概也就能弄清楚他不愿意让秦妮小姐成为斗剑飞行士。
Because even though the ping is very good if you live in
虽
like
然在这件事
Texas
上
or
我们
wherever,
没办法直接帮到你，
the internet
但也许
infrastructure
能间接帮
in
你找
America
出
is
说服
surprisingly
令堂的
bad.
突破口。
Like in the United States America. Leave it to us. Do we really know Jing Yuan that
没
well?
关系，景元将军是个心胸宽广的人，我们为了一个年轻人的未来去叨扰他，他大概也不会怪罪。
那就有劳二位恩公了。我再去星查海随便逛逛，暂时还不是很想回到天波斯。
I've never gone to South America, so I don't know. Yeah, South Africa is would probably be much worse. But again, I might just be ignorant. It might be amazing. I remember people used to act like back in the day, people used to act shit like does China or Taiwan have internet? So it might be one of those situations for South Africa. I don't know. Like, people would literally not know where Taiwan was. They would just think it's Thailand. Does Thailand have internet? The fuck?
瓦尔特先生，还有你，二位这次来神策府是有什么事情要办吗？
并不是什么特别要紧的事，只是想了解一下御空司铎。
御空的事啊，我听说了，天博司中有位文员开新茶抢险，结果自己遇到了危险，幸有2位异邦人仗义搭救，才保全了性命。我要代表罗府感谢你们。御空少见的大发雷霆，连我神策府这厢都能听到些动静。所以二位这是卷入了那对母女之间的麻烦事了？
我听说御空司铎曾是个了不起的飞行师，但却拒绝了他女儿步上同样的道路。
这样的问题只有当事人亲口回答才有意义。当然了，你们来此也是因为御空司铎对这么做的理由绝口不提。如果是为了解答琴妮小姐的好奇心，我们不妨将话题放得更遥远一些。对于身为飞行士的御空，你们想了解什么呢？
King's memories, divine arrows of ember. At the end of the third denizens of Abundance War. Why does this music sound so familiar? I've heard this music before somewhere, but I don't know where. Like it's probably like some kind of Chinese movie, but Da-na. Da-na. Something. Rainbow Arbiter's sky-shattering Lux arrow wiped out everything along the way. The Sinjo people used the burning embers of the arrow to create many divine objects, and this is one of them. Yukon carried it with her, at least she forgets. We were so happy back then, I wanted to stay there with you forever. Okay.
这是地宫司命的圣物，诸位从何处得到这东西的？
Nah, the internet infrastructure in South Africa is terrible. The only people that have decent internet is the upper class, but that internet is put to shame by rural states in America. Oh my god, that sucks. Yeah. It's like the opposite in Taiwan. The internet in Taiwan is so amazing. Like, I could literally, and it's so cheap too, like, I could literally get better internet by paying just, I don't know, $30 Canadian there. And I would get better internet for 6 months compared to, like, paying literally like 100 times that price. Not 100 times, maybe like 50 times that price in Canada for worse internet. Genie gave it to us. Picked it up off the road. Inside, a trinket belonged to
这
Yukong.
件圣物一直存放在御空司铎随身携带的挂饰中，琴妮小姐暂时交给了我们。她想借着这件东西打听御空大人当年的经历，还有他不再飞行的理由。
这件圣物并不是普通的工艺品，它可算得上是铭记血泪的见证。诸位对仙州巡猎星海之事耳熟能详，但一定甚少听闻丰饶民战争。在仙州清除不死孽物的同时，丰饶孽物的联军也多次突破战线，将仙州逼入危境。30年前，耀清与方湖2座仙州受到敌人的围攻。 即使在联盟与丰饶之民漫长的战争史中，那场空战也称得上是最为惨烈的战役之一。面对数倍于自己的丰饶孽物，近100万斗剑飞行士殊死搏斗，活着离开战场的不足10万。
Oh, I know where this music sounds. Why this music sounds familiar? It's the music from Black Myth Wukong. If you've ever heard of that, it's not out yet, but I've seen like a whole bunch of trailers for that.
也难说得很。铸成这些
Yeah, the Gons. It sounds exactly just like the music from Black Myth Wukong.
对那些幸存者来说，其中掺杂着固有的鲜血、敌人的灰烬，还有自己的回忆。玉空就是这场战役的幸存者，而他最好的朋友彩艺埋骨异乡，再也没能回来。
我没有其他问题了。 多谢将军。
御空司铎不愿再飞行的心结，我不便揣测，也不想撕开他的旧伤。没有人能轻易抛下自己的过去。玉空和彩艺是出生入死的挚友，他一定留有关于2人过去的一些回忆。这话本不该由我说出口，但对秦妮来说，她有权知道过去的事情。 因为这些过去开始左右他的未来了。
Thank you,
有劳将
General.
军，用这样的琐事占用你的时间，真是抱歉。
瓦尔特先生说笑了，这是关乎这对母女互相理解的事情，又怎么能算是小事呢？要我说，神策府里的文山会海才是小事。
那么，我们就先告辞了，咱们走吧，去新茶海找找秦妮。
Jing Yuan's memories. What does that say? Jing Yuan is still clearly remembers those two young pilots. They were optimistic, brave, and talented. But he also remembers how it all ended. Who's this? Is this Chingy? Benchgamer, did you learn anything from General Jingyuan? Sequei said, Mom's busy, so I'm headed back to the Skyfaring Commission. If you did learn something, can you meet up with me? I want to ask my Skyfaring Commission colleagues as much as I can, but I don't know where to start. Do you know Otsaini? Tsai? I actually guessed there would be some connection. It's hard to explain over text. Let's meet up. See you later. Oh, there you are.
你们来啦！我妈好像心情不太好，去外面散心了。
You skipped work? What?
我妈可不是不负责任的人，她肯定是把工作安排妥帖后才去翘班的。
你们母女可真像啊！
是啊，每次吵完架，我们都会跑出去散心。只不过我去新茶海的一边，她去新茶海的另一边，这样可以避免吵完架后立刻见面。
That's a bit silly.
是啊，是挺傻的。啊，说回正题，二位从景元将军那里知道了些什么吗？
You relayed the information provided by Jingyuan to Qingmi.
御空司铎从没向你提起过这些吗？
我很想知道关于他的事，但他总是扯开话题，要不就是装作没听见。我大概也能猜到，妈妈过去经历的某些事，是一道永远无法愈合的伤疤。所以在懂事之后，我就再也没有问出口。
Even a flying ace can get into trouble. She was afraid of you ending up like her friend.
是啊，御空自此之后不愿飞行，也不愿你飞行的原因，恐怕正在于此。
你是说，他想起自己失去挚友的伤痛，所以才不肯让我飞行？我越有天赋，他就越是害怕，害怕我重蹈覆辙。
我不敢妄言令堂的想法，青妮小姐还是应该亲自和他谈谈。
瓦尔特先生说的对，在此之前，我还有些事要确认。景元将军所说的过去，应该就存放在司成宫的某个档案柜里。我曾经看到过，他将某些东西珍而重之地放入暗读库归档。像是日记之类的文件。
青妮小姐还记得这份日记被存放在哪里吗？
It's under the drawer.
但天博斯归档内
It's
容
under the
众多，
desk
能不
in
能
some
请
kind of
二位
hidden
恩公
compartment
和我一起找找看？
where we
作为
can
外
just
客
immediately
翻找
find
天博斯的
because
档
it's
案
not hidden very
实
well.
在有失礼貌。青妮小姐，我们只能负责陪同，查找的事情还请你自己动手。
是我欠考虑了。
And it's right over here. Let me guess. Let me guess. It's under the table. Wait, it's not? What?
严明先生一板一眼的，可不好惹。咱们还是换一台数算机好了。
Okay. Maybe it's over here.
这台确实可以用。好的，我查查。 历代私斗的私人档案归档于……找到了，我们过去看看吧。应该就是这里了，我看看啊。找到了，这就是妈妈的日记。
切妮小姐，这是令堂的私人日记，我想我们不该看的。
其实没关系吧，都是几十年前的东西了，对你们一帮人来说，大半辈子都过去了。
不，我还是觉得我不该看。哦，你在这里陪着切妮小姐吧，我在旁边等你们。
唉，好吧。其实真的没什么，我印象里就只是一些对飞行士生活的感慨。
Mr. Yang has rules for these things.
完全理解，瓦尔特先生一看就是这样的人，有一套坚定的原则，并且绝不会越线。咱们一起读一读吧，也许能从日记里找到些什么。
Okay, I'm prepared for my essay. Holy shit! This isn't an essay, this is a fucking dissertation. Oh my god. This is almost as bad as that quest that we did for Scaramouche. Okay, let's read this entire thing. Let me get myself prepared. Whew. Yukong's exchange diary. Cai Yi. We are going to be partners. We've known each other for so long, but when we first knew each other racing skiffs illegally in the city, we were rivals. Now that we're asked to work together and have each other's back, I'm really not used to it. Naturally, I'm not used to having to look after someone who lost against me, but an order's an order. Genshin reading DNA, Lamau. This isn't just Genshin DNA, it's evolved Genshin DNA. This is like... Oh my god. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna do it. I really look forward to flying with you. Oh my god, this is like, what? How long did this take somebody to write? This must have taken a fucking long time. This is what? This is at least like 5 pages in essay format in double space. Okay, enough complaining. I don't know when we would receive a combat mission. I don't know what you think about our situation, but I think we both have considerable skills, and having to sit still and not fight enemies in the front lines, it's stifling. Those denizens of abundance often raid the border, and occasionally there are reports of them harming innocent planets. Every time I hear these news, I feel an overwhelming sense of anger, but now things are different. After a while, we'll be able to show them what we're made of on our fighter jets. Honestly though, I'm pretty satisfied with my life right now. After all, just between you and me, what I really wanted was never the righteous cause of ridding demonic activities. What attracts me is just the act of flying itself. Look, flying out in the universe outside of the Delves is entirely different from racing star skiffs that we're so used to. There is nothing to anchor us in space. There is not even a distinction between up and down. Our fighter jets would be hung in space by their lonesome selves, like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. By then, there is no one else you can rely on but your own skill and your jet. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. To me, the ability to fly in space is good enough, and if I have shared this sweet freedom with you, that's even better. Tai, I don't know what to say to console you. You're always like this. No matter what terrible things happen to you, you would act strong, as if you don't need anyone to care for you, and you have terrible timing for jokes. But we have been together for over 100 years, and I think we understand each other very well. You once said that if something is unpleasant for me, it would also be uncomfortable for you. I actually feel the same way too. Right now, my heart feels like it's being gouged out with a blunt rusted knife. I can't imagine the amount of hurt and pain you're going through. It's funny, I've never shown Guan Yuan my good side. Every time you leave me alone to go on a mission with him, I feel uncomfortable, especially when I see you two flirting and getting along as if you're inseparable. I can't help but want to glare at him with disdain. Okay. Now we get to the part... Okay. You know how people say it's copium that Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail and like Hoyoverse games are really, really gay? I don't think it's really copium. I think they really do mean for these characters be at least very hinted at to be homosexual. Like, it's not even hidden. It's literally just out there. I think you would be very, very obtuse to not see some kind of like homosexual attraction going on here. At least for this person towards this other person, Cai Yi. And then Cai Yi just marries this guy called Guan Yuan, right? And then she adopts her daughter. Like, it can't get any more obvious than that. I don't know what to tell you. Hoyo likes Yuri, it's very... Yeah, it's extremely obvious. I wonder, though, if there is, like, an incredibly dense person at Hoyoverse who is actually not into Yuri and who is writing these stories in the most non-ironic way possible. No, Cai Yi and Yikong, they're actually just very good friends. We just meant them to be that way from the very start. There is no hinting at Yuri or homosexuality whatsoever. Nope, we're just playing incredibly straight. But Guan Yuan is a good person. No matter how rude I was to him, he was always kind to me. Thinking back on it now, I realize I'm just really bad at appreciating people. He's really amazing. He managed to hold off several dozen enemy ships with only 2 people. This isn't something that can be done with just courage and resolve. It also requires exceptional skills and extraordinary talent. I can imagine what it was like in his final moments. How his annoyingly handsome face must have shown such determination and focus. I guess that's why you fell in love with him in the first place. No, guys, they are just very good friends. Stop the cab. Yeah. I wonder what Tectone would say if he was reading this. No, guys, they're totally not lesbians. They're just... Well, to be fair, in this case, there's only one lesbian. The Cai Yi is not. I can imagine how proud he must have felt in the moment. He must have had no fear or hopelessness, only pride. So you shouldn't be sad, you should be proud of him. We all should. Cai Yi, I've been having a lot of negative emotions recently that I cannot express to other fighters on the front line. Since you're recuperating in the rear, I'll just dump them on you. Okay, so... It's kind of funny because she's basically saying you're my emotional dumpster. I guess it makes sense if you're friends. Is this playable character became lesbian? No, she was probably always lesbian. Although it seems that I am a bit slow to say such words now, it was only recently that I realized that I am actually in the midst of a cruel war. Space combat is different from ground combat, although both involve life and death in an instant. It is rare to see severed limbs and broken bodies in space, which led me to misjudge the brutality of this war. It wasn't until recently, as the situation on the front lines worsened, that the bloody reality, gently but indisputably, presented itself before me. This is a real problem in, like, real life too, because from what I've read, operators of drones really do feel a disconnect between, like, real combat versus just piloting a drone, which is essentially just like a video game to them. Wait, who? Not Jingyuan. Yukong is the lesbian Yuri character, and then she's like crushing on her former friend Cai Yi, who's dead now. And then Cai Yi was not Yuri, was not a lesbian, so she married this guy called Guang Yuan, and then they had a kid who turned out to be this person, Qingni. And then Yukong adopted Qingni, from what I understand of the story. Someone might sit beside you for a meal today and be missing in action tomorrow. A new soldier earning praise and honor today might disappear the next. The captain I fought with today might not be found tomorrow. The ground troops that exchanged encouragement with me today might be eliminated the next. At this point, I'm wary of building personal connections with anyone else. Perhaps that person would perish, or I might perish. Or we might both perish in the day to come. I thought I have experienced enough to feel numb, but bad news kept coming in waves every single day. Let's be real here, Hoyo probably have some kind of fantasy involving Kiana, Ether, and Stella. I'm getting the gut feeling. Why Ether though? So Yukong confirmed lesbian, yeah. Like, they can go, it's pretty much like confirmed, but it's as far as they can go, being a company being based in China, right? Because they still have to obey the laws there. So they're basically telling she's lesbian without literally spelling it out in big bold letters. Taped to their fucking foreheads. Like, they would have to do some really weird shit to make this even more obvious. You can't get any more obvious than this without just yelling it out loud. At this point, I'm aware of building personal connections with anyone here. Perhaps that person would perish, or I might perish, or we might both perish in the day to come. I thought I have experienced enough to feel numb, but bad news kept coming in waves every single day. However, I don't regret this at all. Whenever the pain comes, the feeling that becoming a fighter pilot is the best choice I have made in my life will follow. If I weren't a fighter pilot, I can only endure this pain in silence. But I am. I can fly, I can battle, and I can attempt to destroy the source of my pain. Because I am... Oh my god, there's a lot of spelling mistakes and just grammar mistakes in this text. See, this was what I was talking about yesterday, I think, with regards to how the translation in Honkai Star Rail does not feel as good as in Genshin Impact. Like, I have never seen such blatant spelling mistakes as this in Genshin. There might be translation or localization differences, but never like blatant spelling mistakes. Either gets promoted way too much for just being a poster boy for Genshin. Lumine got sent to the abyss when it comes to promotion, no pun intended. Ether is already became canon. Yeah, Ether is definitely the canon MC. Even Trivial Trailer kind of confirms it, yeah. Because I'm a fighter pilot, I have things that I can change, realities that I can change. P.S. Don't use the names Guangyun came up with, they're terrible. Choosing a name is a big decision the child has to bear with for a lifetime. Use my suggestion instead, it's something I picked with after diligently going through several collections worth of poetry. Tai, I have a lot to tell you, so many things. After your death, they wanted to honor me with a medal. Truthfully, I find that laughable, based on common logic. No one would award survivor medals to praise their fortuitous survival. But no, not the Skyfaring Commission. They gave me a medal, called me a hero pilot, and the only reason for it is because of my luck to remain alive in that calamitous battle. If you had been as lucky as me, we could have gotten the medals together. After the medal ceremony, we could have gone to Orem Valley. Might have a few drinks and laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's a shame. Luck is not on your side. We don't have that chance anymore. I suddenly feel nostalgic. I remember all the time we had steering our starships across the Luofu sky. We were so carefree. There were no threats to our lives, and we didn't have to bear the calling of the hunt. The entirety of the sky within the delve was ours, yours and mine. Above us was the delve's flashing dome ceiling, and below us were the bustling lights of 10,000 homes. Oh, and behind us, the Realm Keeping Commission officers who just won't stop chasing us. That was a time of insouciance. How I wish we could stay in that time forever. Honestly, you want to get my unadulterated opinion on this text? I feel like somebody ran this through ChatGPT and told ChatGPT to translate this. Because there is no fucking way somebody actually used the word insouciance seriously. That is not a word. Insouciance. Casual lack of concern. Indifference. Just, oh my god.
你们干什么呢？司舵的宝贝闺女带着个外人在这里东摸摸西摸摸，像什么样子？你们手里拿的是什么？我看看。御空大人的
Yeah.
日期。
It feels like this was AI translated and somebody did a very, very rough like proofreading of
御
it.
空大人的私人日记你也敢翻，还带着人家的闺女一起翻。地宫在上，你们这可真是……
严明先生，您先消消气，我们这么做是有原因的。
They must have been the worst translator of all time, or they had so little time that they were forced to translate it to the extent where it basically read like an AI
请
script.
你呀，御空大人不让你做飞行士，我知道你心有不甘，可他也有他的顾虑。
严明先生，您说的我都明白，但是事到如今，比起自己能否成为斗剑飞行士，我更想知道妈妈经历了什么。我想知道是什么将她从那位天才飞行士变成了现在的御空司舵。
唉，我在这里也有些年月了，有什么想知道的，你们不妨直接问我吧，别到处乱翻了，这习惯不好。
I wonder if I like just typed in the entire what if I typed in the entire text into ChatGPT and asked it if this was AI translated? I wonder what would it give me. Like, would ChatGPT actually say it was AI translated? Jing Yuan's memories, Yukon's exchange diary.
不，这不是我该看的东西，别拿给我看。
Yukon won't know. Never mind, let's talk about something else. Come on, we both had a look.
瞧你这话说的，吃鞋垫子还不会少块肉呢，你吃吗？
Most likely AI translated.
还是问点别的吧。
That's my theory, at least.
问点我能回答的。
Because there were tense. Not only were there like spelling mistakes, there were tense mistakes as well. Jingyun's memories.
彩艺小姐嘛，我记得她。彩艺可是当时数一数二的武备士，想和她同妃的人数不胜数。她的丈夫广渊先生，则是个飞行士。夫妻共同驾驶斗舰，真是令人羡慕的极。
Oh, so both the husband and
不过，
Ai
要
died.
说和他最合拍，也是最常搭档的，还得是你母亲。他们二人出击的次数，连广渊先生也屈居其后。
Oh, so he passed away first,
尤其是在广渊先生阵亡后，
and then Cai also
才
died
艺几乎不
in
和你
another
母
battle.
亲以外的人
Okay,
搭
that makes
档。
sense. Because either the HSR team has the most garbage writers when it comes to writing text, or they use an AI.
彩艺也不在了。飞行士的人生便是这样，没人知道这一次飞行会不会是最后一次。彩艺的死对御空大人的打击很大。那场战役后，他没有按惯例那样上交彩艺的遗物，而是留在自己身边。是不是？
Oh my god, she kept her possessions after Cai's death, and it was like, take it out once in a while. I don't know why I find that funny. That's not funny. That's actually really sad, but still, it's a tiny bit funny. I don't know. The way he worded it, she kept them locked away, occasionally taking them out to admire. I don't know. I don't know if admire is the right word here. Why do you pay so much attention to Yukong?
那个，作为下属，关心上级的心理健康，有这么难理解吗？ 他要是不高兴，我能快活得起来吗？我是说，他要是不高兴，我的职场生涯能快活得起来吗？
Wow.
彩艺小姐的遗物究竟放在了哪里呢？无论如何，谢谢你告诉了我们这些，严明先生。
没关系，这毕竟是对你而言相当重要的事。 我知道，接下来你们肯定要去翻御空大人。
Honkai Star also has the same trope. Well, it's not really a trope. It's kind of like, it's not a problem either, but I've noticed that all of the characters that look like they're, I don't know, in their 20s have voices that sound like they're in their 50s or even 60s. They all kind of sound like chain
这也是
smokers.
咱职场人最基本的素养了。你可千万别跟你妈提起。 今天见过我。
Actually, that's just kind of a trope in general with video games. Like, have you guys noticed in media, a lot of the characters all sound like they have a lot of gravel in their voices. I don't know if they want to do that because it makes it sound more epic, but I don't know. Real people don't sound like that. Not even like 50-year-olds, for the most part, sound like that unless they're chain smokers. Like, could somebody just tell them to stop trying so hard, making everything sound epic? Like, please. Don't let us catch you nosing around here again. So much for Skyfaring Commission security.
保护公共财产和公共秩序，这是每个仙州人民应尽的责任。你们赶紧去吧，过一会儿御空大人就该回来了。
Okay, can I talk to you again?
你们还有什么事吗？御空大人可快要回来了啊！
With the anime, it makes more sense because usually the people who have these like gravelly voices are like really old dudes, like Nintero from Hunter X. That sounds like it fits. But this guy literally looks like he's fucking 20 years old. Although I do suppose it makes sense because they're immortal. But if they're immortal, then why do their voice sound like that? Because your voice wouldn't get damaged, right? Your voice would not change due to age. I have other questions. Divine Arrow Embers.
这件圣物，如果我没记错，是御空大人一直随身携带的那件吧？我听说过，那场战役能安然结束，全都仰赖地宫的庇佑。如果御空大人始终还带着那枚飞行士的挂件，那么也许他其实也一直都眷恋着天空。
如果妈妈还眷恋天空，她又为什么不再飞行了呢？
可能是因为彩艺的离去，对他的打击太过沉重。哼，这事儿你也不该问我，问你妈妈去。
Okay.
我妈在办公桌里放了很多东西，咱们得找找。
In the desk, you say, but there's nothing in the desk. It's all entirely one thing. There must be a hidden compartment. Okay.
这款办公桌的卖点就是这样啊。
I think I need to go to
极简的
sleep.
设计
I'm starting to
配合
feel
超大
tired
容
now.
量的
All
暗
right,
格
you go have
很
some
多文职人员都有
fun
这一
sleep.
款。
Whatever it is
桌子的
you
左
do in your
边、
sleep.
右边和桌面下边各有一个暗格，要先看哪个呢？
Left side, right side, under the desktop.
找到了，这本册子倒是和妈妈那本日记形制很像，不过看起来应该是彩艺小姐的日记。
Ooh, another essay. Oh, okay. Gotta get myself ready for this. Essay time. Let's go. See you whenever you're live then. All right, I'll be live probably tonight again. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yuko, I'm happy to have a chance to fight side by side with you. Thank you for a good stream. Saying that, you always say that, but oh god, no. Luke Mileto, is this the first time I've seen you? Happy time zones, yeah. Okay. Yuko, I'm happy to have a chance to side by side with you. When the pair assignment was sent out, I was so nervous that I didn't dare to open and check it, fearing that we wouldn't be paired up. It's not like I can't bear to part with you, but I was worried to leave you with the others with your fiery temperament. When you actually get to the battlefield, don't act recklessly like you do now, always charging in with hot-headedness. Before taking action, think more about the consequences. But it's okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore, or you'll accuse me of nagging like an old crone again. In any case, we need to work together using our individual strengths to create our own legends in the vast sky. I look forward to fighting in the vast skies with you, so much so that I'm finding it hard to fall asleep. It's my second? Welcome. No more reading, please. Genshin already kills me. It's fine. Like, we're going to be doing this a lot in Fontaine. If you don't think that's going to be true, you're coping so badly. Because, ooh, I can't wait until I read the Fontaine essays, man. All those notes lying around, explaining 99% of the story while the main story quest doesn't explain dog shit. Gonna be a good time. The first one, I was at a bus coming back home. Holy shit. That must be very early because I feel like I always stream at night now, so you probably can't catch it. Yukon, don't cry. There is no need to be sad. My husband was the one who died, but you're crying more than I am. After so many years of fighting, you're still so emotional. I'm envious. Being a fighter pilot has always been a harrowing decision. Harrowing, is that the word? Since we chose this path, we have to be mentally prepared. What's important is not whether we can survive by luck, but whether we can live up to the value of a pilot's life. Guangyun and his partner managed to keep an entire Borison fleet at bay. They were heroes. To me, that is enough. I have heard it said that the greatest happiness in life is being able to choose how you die. From this perspective, to fight for the Shinjo Alliance, no, for the people of the entire galaxy, to die on the battlefield after a lifetime of military service, Guangyun is probably happy. Of course, you better not have this kind of happiness. Just live another 200 years, behave, and then die of old age for me. Fontaine will be basically essays, but in French. Oh, I'm looking forward to the French essays. I used to take French, well, not by choice, back in high school, but I was really bad at it. The only French phrase I remember to this day is "Je ne comprends pas," which means I don't understand. I said that so many times during French class. It's literally drilled into my brain. I bet if I ever get Alzheimer's, that'll be the last thing I forget when I die of old age. I mean, of Alzheimer's or something. It was 5 a.m. in my time zone when you started streaming that day. I think it was July 31st, August 1st. Ooh. That was not that long ago, to be honest. My live streams. It feels kind of weird, but my live streams are getting they're getting less views, but they're getting the same amount of upvotes or likes, right? Because I got like 118 views here, and then this only got 6 likes. 60 views, 6 likes. And then it's being pretty consistent. It's basically between like 4 to 7 likes the entire time. And this only got 80 views, but 11 likes. I don't know what happened there. Yukong, it's been a long time. I'm still on my maternity leave in the rear. Everything is fine. With the stalemate happening right now, you must be very busy. But when you have the chance, please take a moment to write an exchange diary for me. Exchange diary entry for me so that I can know you are still safe. And also, I have a mountain of things I want to talk to you about. Firstly, an announcement. I already decided on the name for our child. Wang Yun has talked about this before. If it's a boy, name him Dragon, and if it's a girl, name her Phoenix. But this man's literary sense is as good as the monkeys in the Everhunt Plains. Oh, that's a new word. Everhunt Plains. Monkeys. So I'm assuming that Everhunt Plains is going to be like another region on the Shinjo ship. This was what I was thinking about with my video on the Shinjo story, which is that we've already gotten an entire teaser about all of the ships in the Shinjo Alliance, right? There's literally 7 ships. And we know that we're not going to get a new path in the Shinjo Lofu region. So what I suspect is that this region is not actually going to be, it's going to be treated like a special region, or a region outside the main story of the Honkai Star Rail universe, where every single year we're probably going to go to a Shinjo ship and then meet more Shinjo characters and probably pull for those characters, similar to the Lunar New Year event from like Genshin Impact. You guys know the Lantern Rite Festival, right? Every single year we get new Lyria characters because we always get a new Lantern Rite Festival. And I think that's going to be what's going to happen in Honkai Star Rail as well. But instead of the Lantern Rite event, we're just going to go to a new Shinjo region and have a new story there. And the story there is not going to cover like the main storyline where the Trailblazer literally gets a new power. It's going to be another story separate from that. And it just happens that this time it's this story. Yeah, I think that's plausible. Like, even from a content perspective, I don't think the Shinjo region is like the previous regions. It definitely feels more like there's less content than Bellabog. But I'm not sure yet if that's just because it's a rushed region or if it's because they have different plans for the Shinjo region. Obviously, we're not done with the Shinjo story. There's literally a character called Hua, like Fu Hua. You guys know about Fu Hua from Honkai Impact 3rd, right? So if we're going to get her, that means we're definitely going to have more Shinjo story. Unless, like, I don't see how... It's possible that we won't go to these Shinjo ships, but those characters will still affect us in some way. Like, those ships could take part in future events, off-screen. Those characters could appear in other places. But I think what is likely is that we will actually go to these Shinjo ships every single year as part of, like, some Lantern Rite pattern. From what rumors say is that we will get Harmony. Yeah. From what I heard early on, the rumors that we would get a Quantum Hunt path as the Trailblazer, but that doesn't seem to have panned out, unless we're going to get it literally next patch. But judging by the leaks, that's not going to happen. So Shinjo Lofu is going to be the first Trailblaze pathless region that we get. In fact, it's the first region we've gotten since Genshin came out where we didn't get a new Trailblazer power, if you include the Traveler powers that we get in every single region. So that's very interesting. They're definitely veering away from the standard storyline and template that we got in Genshin Impact. But the thing is, I don't know if this is the case in Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd. So maybe they're copying Honkai Impact 3rd instead of Genshin. It was 5 AM. Fontaine, I'm very excited for Long French essays, especially the new artifact sets. No matter how much we should prioritize the wishes of my late husband, I cannot let his wants ruin my child's life. So after much pondering, I've decided to go with your suggestion and name her Qingni, the colors of dawn. The moonlit camp opens to a garden of archery. Frosty banners brush the colors of dawn. How rare you made the time and effort to look through poems and allegories. I thought you only cared about fighter jets. Don't miss me too much. After taking a few months of break and settling Qingni down, I will be back in action ASAP. Qingni is still so young, and I need to leave her to fight a war. How should I say this? I'm such an irresponsible mother. I am well aware. The situation on the front line doesn't look so good. The Borison keeps breaking our ranks. All the media outlets are trying to control the spread of panic and fear, but the Lofu is shrouded with a veil of uneasiness. However, I believe the Shinjo Alliance will win. I believe that warriors like you and me will repel those denizens of abundance to whence they come. I look forward to fighting beside you once more. Yukong, we will be heading toward a cruel battlefield tomorrow, so tonight, there are some things I must entrust to you. This may be somewhat ominous, but there's no help for it. Who made it so that we've never entrusted these things to each other before? If you lived and I didn't, please take care of Qingni like you would your own daughter. I know you will. I will entrust you with all my savings. Please use that as living expenses for Qingni. No matter what kind of person Qingni wants to become, please support her fully. Merchant, poet, street performer, anything except a jet fighter. Please allow me to take a vow with you. Do not let Qingni become a jet fighter. When we enlisted, you wrote in this diary, our fighter jets would be hung in space by their lonesome selves, like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. I really love this segment because I thought the same, but that's enough. Loneliness or freedom, we've already tasted it all. Promise me don't let that child touch the sky. Okay.
所以，我是被妈妈收养的孩子，而这位彩艺小姐才是我的母亲。虽然内心隐隐约约预感，但真的得知这些，我还是有种像在做梦一样的感觉。别让那孩子触碰天空，这就是妈妈拒绝让我成为斗剑飞行师的理由吗？
I kinda guessed this myself. She doesn't want to lose Chai again.
难怪小时候我问妈妈，爸爸在哪儿时，她回答我，我是从回新港的新茶流水线上种出来的。我当时想，骗小孩子都这么不上心，还一心他是夸我继承了他的天赋。不知为什么，翻完这册日记，我突然觉得和他亲近了很多。虽然意外知道了我们不是血脉相连的母女，但我比过去更了解他了。能请您再陪我一次吗？我想和妈妈好好谈谈。
No problem. Let's go talk to your mom.
太好了，谢谢您。
Tai's exchange diary. So can I read that here? What is this? Yukong's exchange diary and Tai's exchange diary. Tai hopes that her friend can take care of her daughter and let her daughter be anything the child wants to be except a fighter jet pilot. Makes sense. From what rumors say that we will get harmony. Yeah. I mean, they're not really rumors. We've already been confirmed to go. We're going to.
事情都办完了，
We are going to
怎么样？
go
还顺利
to
吗？
a planet or a prison colony called the Pinoconi that is ruled by the Harmony.
明白了。那我们陪你去找御空司舵吧。
So unless the Harmony is the bad guy, we're
虽然
probably
我们
going
都
to
会
get
希
the
望能帮
Harmony
到你，
as a path.
但在与令堂交涉时，于情于理，我和他都是不能直接插手的。
It makes sense.
没关系，我完全理解。况且二位恩公就算只是在我身边站着，就已经可以给我莫大的勇气了。
Basically, we are going to Space Australia. That actually makes a lot of sense.
妈妈
It even
心情
kind
不
of
好
sounds
时
like Australia to
就
me.
会
I
去
don't
一个
know
能看
why.
到御剑门的地方
Like
散心。
Pinoconi sounds nothing like
他现在应
Australia,
该还在
but
那里，我们过去找他吧。
the name reminds me of Australia. Maybe it's just confirmation bias. Who knows? Wow, she's staring off into this thingy.
妈妈，
请你？怎么，瓦尔特先生，你们也在这里？
秦妮小姐为人热情，带我们去新茶海游览了一番。在路上听说她想和御空司舵重归于好，又有些羞怯，于是便冒昧的陪她一起来了。
小女为人幼稚，让二位多费心了。
妈，
行了，天色也不早了，有什么话回家再说吧。
其实我有事情想和您谈谈。
Australia was a prison
无论
colony?
如何，
Well,
我
to
都
be
想成
fair,
为
the
斗剑飞
Harmony
行士。
turned it into something other than a prison colony. So I guess it's
这
not
件事
that
我们已
Australia
经谈过
anymore.
很多次了，不行就是不行。
可是，
青妮小姐似乎有些犹豫。这种时候
What's interesting that in Pinocchio we're going to be seeing a lot of other factions, because apparently the Pinocchio, whoever is ruling it, the Harmony, invited all the other factions to go there, which is why we're going to get like Argenti, who is from the Beauty, which is also really interesting because as far as I know, Idrilla the Beauty is already dead. So we're going to be seeing people who are following paths that are basically aeonless. Tingyi's memories, or Cai's exchange diary, Yukon's exchange diary. Let's go from there. And I think there's also leaks that we're going to be getting like the Space Japan characters. There's a character called Hanabi, right? Cai's exchange diary.
彩衣的日记，这东西怎么会在？我明白了，请你，对不起，我不能支持你的愿望，因为我已对另外一人发过誓言。我不奢望你的原谅，但只希望你能听听我的辩解。
妈，您在说什么？我们是母女，又怎么谈得上原谅和辩解？无论您说什么，我都愿意听。
我曾和你一样，对天空怀有憧憬。我知道那是什么感受。在宇宙中航行，四周皆是辽阔的空无，远方尽是难以想象的奇观。 在星海之间，像一叶孤舟似的飘游。一些人称之为孤独，但我们更愿意称之为自由。彩衣也是这样的人，我们从小便是好友，驾驶着星槎到处惹是生非，直到被人抓到景元将军面前。
I feel like we should have gone to Pinocchio first before we go to Shinjo-Lofu. In fact, I feel like the whole decision to go to Shinjo-Lofu first is to basically just sell the banners first before the game became less popular. Like that's really all that. I literally think that's the only reason we got Shinjo-Lofu first. Because story-wise, it makes a lot more sense for us to go to Pinocchio to introduce us to all of these other regions first before they go to Shinjo-Lofu. And I think the reason why we literally went to Shinjo-Lofu first is because the game is declining in popularity, and they want to capitalize on the popularity of the game in the beginning to sell like more China banners, so the Chinese players will spend more money. I know that's very cynical, but that's basically what I think is happening here.
正是适合飞行的好天气。这次是去打不离人的主力舰队，还是别那么激动，稍微冷静些吧。怎么？ 休了1年产假，技巧迟钝了，没有自信啦？
去你的吧！我看你是太久没机会和我一起飞行，现在才这么激动呢，是不是想我想的不得了啊？
是啊，想死你了，没有你办。
I'm not even sure if the pacing is that bad in Shinjo. Because the problem is that I can't really judge it by itself, because I'm not playing it all the way through like I did for Yarilo 6.
那可太有吸引力了，又苦又累，钱
So it's like when I'm talking about pacing, is that really a Shinjo problem, or is that just what Honkai Star Rail is like going to be in the
可
future?
如果让我再选一次，
With a bunch of patches strewn across like multiple patches,
因为
without even consecutive ones.
我已经触碰过天空了。
大脑是个奇怪的器官。 活了200多年，我早已忘记了大多数闲谈，但唯有那段无聊的闲谈，我清楚地记得每一句。
I think it's gotten as popular as a turn-based game can become. Unless you're literally like...
彩衣，坚持住，彩衣，彩衣，睁开眼睛，彩衣。
Honkai Star Rail is the most popular JRPG gacha game that is turn-based right now. Even in its declined state, it is still the most popular turn-based JRPG gacha game.
见飞行士。彩叶，她是你的女儿，有什么话你去自己和
Yo,
她
what's up,
说。
cementation?
9月马上就到了，你睁开眼睛，秦妮还在等你。广月已经死了，秦妮不能再失去你了，给我醒过来啊！
I also think the Shinjo story would have definitely been improved if they literally just forced us to do this quest, as well as Bailu's quest, and even Yinchin's quest, before we did the main story. Like, they should have just done what they did with Ayaka and Yoimiya's quest in Inazuma. Like,
看到的是那颗无血无泪的星球。
they are literally giving us backstory for the Shinjo region right now
最美的天空。
in this quest.
可我只感到难以忍受的悲伤，我只能像只该死的蚂蚁匍匐在大地上，眼巴巴地望着它。在梦里，我死在了那天。
It's really weird because Yoimiya and Ayaka's quests weren't even as like consequential as these quests are. And they forced us to do the Yoimiya and Ayaka quest for some
我
fucking
已经
reason.
不是懵懂的孩子了。成为斗剑飞行士是一条残酷的道路，这我早有准备。
I mean, we know why, because they want to sell the
但我不
banners.
会因此而退缩。我并不害怕
Also to lengthen
自己
out
和
the
他
story
走上
time.
同样的道路。如果牺牲能换来仙州上黎明苍生的幸福，那我甘愿慨然赴死。
你真的很像彩衣。
I don't think Honkai Star Rail being less popular than Genshin is like really a
你越
diss,
是优秀，
is like a really big L for Honkai Star Rail, because there's no way that Honkai Star Rail being a turn-based game would ever be as popular as Genshin. There's just no way.
我一直都还没准备好。
Yeah, I feel like all of the companion missions
从未击倒我，
in Shinjo Lofu could have been part of the main story,
还有你的生父广渊，
except for maybe
在
Locha.
入伍之初，我们心中就早有准备。可你知道，那场夺走了彩翼、夺走了几十万战友的战役，
This could have been part of the main
我们
story.
最终是如何取得胜利的吗？
是地宫司命。
Like they're literally talking about the Rainbow Arbiter's divine arrow and how it impacted them and their
浩荡
lives.
神恩，只用一击就荡平了那群孽物。可仅为了阻挡他们的前进，我们就付出了几十万条生命的代价。如果对于地宫司命来说，碾碎那些敌人如同呼吸般简单，那么我们的牺牲又算什
I
么？
feel like they might have been
在星
prioritizing
神的伟力之下，
the people's ability to finish the main story very fast. And they just like sectioned out all of this content to like side content for some reason
什么都不是，
in order to prioritize people's like playtime.
什么都不是。
I wonder if it's because Honkai Star Rail is more meant for people who are playing on their phones, right? So they're probably thinking about the people who are like playing on their phones while
我
they're
不该
heading
因为
back
自己
from
的
home,
恐惧
heading back
就
home
替
from
别人
work.
下决定，即使那个人是我的女儿，我粗暴地干涉了你人生的选择，对不起，这是我身为母亲的失职。
I'm not even sure if the main story being best short
妈妈，不必道歉。
is a bad
真的不必
thing.
道歉。
It's probably something they did on purpose.
明天
This is what I'm starting to feel
我
like.
会去帮你办理手续。你会先从一个地勤人员做起，正如我和彩衣当年那样。
It's not even copium. Like, what the fuck were they thinking about Honkai Star Rail being like more popular than Genshin? One, Genshin released during COVID. Two, Genshin Impact was an open world game. It was the first open world gacha game that really succeeded. Honkai Star Rail is not the first turn-based gacha game to ever succeed. Honkai Star Rail is not exceptional in the way that Genshin is.
更担心你走向彩艺的
Is
道路，
incomparable, even though Honkai Star Rail is still a very high quality product.
我便愿意全力支持你，直到你后悔为止。
Even Honkai Impact 3rd was more exceptional than Honkai Star Rail. Because back then, the graphics for Honkai Impact 3rd were like
最后一个小
among the
要求
best of the best. It was literally the best 3D animated
我想
gacha game or
和你
mobile
一起
game
飞行一
ever.
次。
这就不了吧，我不会再飞了。
为什么？
Yeah, see, this entire story quest for Yukong
我已经
had
触碰
zero
了天空
combat.
了
Zero combat whatsoever. It was literally 2 essays. The story was 2 essays and whatever is going on here. But it gave a lot of important backstory for the region. That's the thing. They needed to integrate this story into the main story somehow and give us some combat in between the story. But they didn't do that because, you know, there are a lot of theoretical reasons why they wouldn't want to do that. They might want to cut down on the playtime so that people who have less time can finish the story in one sitting. They could feel like this content is not as important, even though it does give a lot of backstory. They might have just not finished the content on time. That's always possible. Although I think it's less likely because they planned this shit all the way, like, years in advance. They literally start planning for these stories and this content a year or more before it's come out. Stario feels more like a mobile game and side game you play when you are in a road trip. Yeah, basically. That's not even a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just a different... It's just different in the way that people who might be lauding this game, like... The people who are championing this game as some sort of Genshin killer or some, like... They're not saying it's a Genshin killer, but the way that behave makes it seem like a Genshin killer. Like, this will solve literally all the problems that they have with Genshin Impact. And as we see with Shinjo Lofu, that is not the case. This still has the same problems, and sometimes even worse than Genshin. Like, there are things in the story quest, in the main story for Shinjo Lofu, that honestly feel worse than Inazuma. Because as bad as Inazuma's story was, at least it felt coherent, and it wasn't strewn out among, like, literally 3 patches with a dead batch in between them. Like, what the fuck is that? That's stupid. That's awful. That's inexcusable. I think they literally had a dead patch in between just so that just so they could shove in fucking Locha and Silverwolf. Of course, Silverwolf is kind of understandable because if you don't have a dedicated healer that everybody can get, then fighting Fantilia is going to be hell. Yukong's story is better than Yinqing and Locha's story because her story is about Yukong. Yeah. But I also think that Yinqing's story was kind of necessary for you to understand what Blade was talking about when we see Blade fighting against Yinqing during the main story, right? So even Yinqing's story was providing background lore, background story for the Shinjo story. Soaring birds and paper kites. Sikwe. What is this? You there? I have something I need your help with. Beautiful. What the frick? You called me beautiful? Thank you. It'd be my honor. Oh, it's nothing that serious. I also think that the way that they're setting things up, it can be extremely misleading, right? Because obviously when you're doing a companion mission, the first comparison you're going to make is story quest, character story quest from Genshin Impact. But the companion missions are not all like the story quest in Genshin Impact. Even as like NPC focused as some of the story quests are in Genshin Impact, at least they involve the characters and they like you learn something about the characters through the NPCs in Genshin story quests. But in companion missions here, like you will literally have an entire mission like the Luocha companion mission where you don't really interact with Luocha at all. And it's almost treated as like a joke. So I think the seriousness of the companion missions can vary very wildly compared to the story quest in Genshin Impact. And I think that can be very off-putting to some people, especially when you're expecting to get some major plot reveal for Luocha, and then his entire mission is just like a meme. Which I don't think is bad, it's just that you're not setting the right expectations. Yinqing's story was to introduce Jinliu and to create hype. Yeah, basically. Now, due to the unusual yin-yang phenomena brought by the Ambrosial Arbor's revival, many of Heron Express, Sidecrane, and Bright Star skiffs have had accidents and a great number of goods were lost. They want to send their staff to retrieve these lost goods, but you know, it's not very safe out there right now. The Skyfaring Commission plans to send people who are skilled at controlling Sidecranes, trustworthy, and have had some military training to help them. Can I be trusted? We only We have only known each other for a few days, yet you already have so much trust in me. I feel flustered. You are the hero who saved Madame Yukon's daughter. Even if I were to lose my trust in the general, I would never lose my trust in you. Come on, stop saying no. You are the one for this task. Heron Express sent over a contact person. She's waiting for you at the doors of the Skyfaring Commission. Come over quickly. Don't let them wait too long. Okay. So I think that sums up my thoughts on the story so far. There's a lot of problems with the Shinjo. In fact, it's not even like restricted to the Shinjo story. I have some problems with the Aurelio story as well. And how the events are set up. Because it's never really explained how we go back to these planets. It's just assumed that we can go back to them, but it's never really explained in the story. At least in Genshin Impact, we know for a fact that we can go back to these different regions for main story quests. Because we already have Archon quest interludes with Ito going to Inazuma. I mean, Ito and Kuki going to Liyue. And there's like there's just more interactions between regions in Genshin Impact than there is in Honkai Star Rail. And I think that's part of what makes it feel more intuitive to have these events happening, even while the main story quest is still going on. Not gonna lie, maybe this is a hot take, but right now, because it can change in the future, but Genshin's antagonists are more interesting than Star Rail's antagonists, except Cocolia. I don't know about that. I think they're different in different ways. I think so here's the thing. The enemies in Honkai Star Rail are probably not going to be playable. We're probably not going to be able to play as Nanook. We're not going to be able to play as Fantilia. And I think that does create this like cognitive dissonance in us where we're wondering why the fuck we should care about these characters in a way that we don't have to wonder about in Genshin Impact, right? Because when we look at Arlek, you know, we're like, oh my god, she's a hot mama. Oh my god, we're gonna be able to pull for her. Oh my god, she's gonna be the main villain of the Fontaine storyline. Oh my god, Farina or the Hydro Archon, whatever her name is, Focalors. You know, she's gonna be the main villain, kinda, but we're also gonna be able to pull for her. So there's an intrinsic interest in the part of a Genshin player's mindset that does not exist in Honkai Star Rail. Like, when we see a villain in Honkai Star Rail, like Fantilia, like, she's not going to be playable, right? So it's just not as exciting as in Genshin Impact. And I know that a lot of people complain about characters not dying in Genshin, but there's a reason for that. And the reason is that once the character dies, they're just not as interesting. Like, I don't even think Tingyun is dead. And I already feel like I don't want to play with Tingyun anymore in my teams. Because it just doesn't feel right for a dead character to be there. It's like, they've stopped their development. They will never be featured in future content. There is a chance that they will be never featured in future content. Which means that they're not as valuable as other characters are. So, I think that's a large reason why the characters are just not as interesting as in Genshin Impact when you're comparing villains. Because the vast majority of villains in Genshin Impact are playable. I mean, even Dottore we know is probably going to be playable at some point. We know the vast majority of the Harbingers are going to be playable. Even Piero is possibly going to be playable in the future because we know from leaks that they have thought about adding larger buffer characters, which makes Piero a more likely possibility. Right? So that's what I think right now. But I also feel a lot more intrigued as well in terms of like from a conceptual standpoint. I think the Aeons are a bit more interesting than the Archons because the Archons are like just really powerful elemental users. That's really what they are. They're not omniscient, whereas there's a lot more things they can do from a conceptual standpoint with the Aeons in this game. The Aeons will not be playable, which makes me care for the Archons more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even outside of the Archons, like the Harbingers, are more interesting because they're going to be playable. Okay, what do you have to say now? Tini stands beside her mother and quietly gazes at the place that fills her with so much passion. Yukong gazes quietly at the place that once filled her with so much passion and cost her everything. Let's not disturb them. Okay, let's not disturb them, but first we have to like take a picture. Let's take a picture with Blade. Favorite character? Let's go. What's your happy face? Face the camera. Hide character. Hide personal information. Hide game logo. Turn character around. Idle action 1. No, can't do that. What do you look like when you're happy? Ooh. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, happy face. Nice. Okay. And another thing that Genshin's better at doing, the world building, because the worlds of Star Rail feels disconnected, while Genshin World is more connected. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I said this before, right? Because Genshin Impact's world is almost entirely a contiguous landmass. It makes sense for characters to just go to other regions, like Yoimiya going to Sumeru, Ito going to Liyue. It's just at most it's a fucking boat's ride away. You've got Snezhda characters all the way over in Liyue and every single other region, and Mondstadt. It just feels more. There's more interactions, and I think that's kind of anathema to Belobog, which is currently the best story that Honkai Star Rail has told, right? And now, Child and Fontaine, good example. And what I'm basically waiting to see is where all of this stuff in Shinjo Lofu is going, right? Because if they use Blade, who is basically Child in Genshin Impact, and Kafka, and they start using them even more after this story, then I think the lack of their development in Shinjo Lofu is okay, because they're obviously going to get more content later on. But if they don't use them and they just kind of disappear for like years on end, then I think the story is just bad with no recompense. There's nothing else to it. It's just bad storytelling. But if they are used more and more, then I think it might be okay. Anyways, we're done with that story. Time to go back to my base ship and look at my Yukong. Where is Yukong? There you are.
坐上思舵那张椅子之后，我已经很久没有机会像这样观看天空了。本该是我看厌了的风景，可如今又让我不由得感叹。
God, she's hot.
天空真是高远呢。
This is one of the best designs they have in Honkai Star Rail, I feel like. I feel like this might even be better than Tingring.
谢谢你，我很喜欢。可惜，天空已经不再属于我了。也许有一天，我会回到他的怀抱中，但那一定会是我最后一次翱翔。
Come and have a look whenever you can.
好的，谢谢你的邀请。不得不说，来到列车上后，我确实有点羡慕你的生活。你能享受宇宙的浩瀚无垠，又有那么多可靠的伙伴。希望你们都能好好珍惜彼此。
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get to fight Blade. Yeah, that was... Again, it's all about setting expectations. For me, it was okay because I had already seen the leaks that Yinqing would be like a boss character in the Shinjo storyline. So I had already come to terms with the fact that Blade wouldn't be a boss, because if Blade was a boss, then Yinqing would not be a boss. So by that time, yeah, I need to talk about how leaks impact my enjoyment of the game, because I feel like that definitely sets me apart from other players. Because I knew about Phantilia, I knew about Cocolia, Phantilia, Yinqing, and even the cinematic where Blade put his fucking sword into Danhen. I had already seen all of that prior to playing the game. And I think that definitely set my expectations in check compared to what they actually showed in the promotional material. So I wasn't disappointed, but I can definitely see how other people were disappointed if they literally didn't know any of this. And it's just the factor of how connected I am with the leaks and just the promotional material in general, that it's not really the same thing. I'm not even sure if it's bad, because I don't dislike the idea of Blade and Dan Hen basically like fighting against Yinxing. I don't think that was like a totally bad idea. It's just that they probably should have given him more stuff to say regarding his relationship with Dan Hen. I think they kind of just blue balled us there. And Dan Hen was just like, nah, I don't give a shit about Blade anymore. I'm just gonna leave. I don't care about Jing Yuan. I don't care about any of this shit. Let me just go find my friends. And that was really funny how Jing Yuan was like, no, you can't leave yet. You still got your friends. They're right over there, like 100 meters away from you. You can't leave. Ha ha ha. I think Celeron Hunter will appear in the future, but it's not the same as Genshin, where any playable character can just take trip to Natlan as a vacation for event. Well, I don't know about Natlan, but I definitely think that the characters, even Belobog characters, could potentially show up in future events and future events, right? They don't have to be just bound on Belobog. They could take like a spaceship that comes from the IPC or something, and then they could go to other planets. But it's just that it feels a lot more unnatural. It needs to be explained in a way that Genshin Impact does not need to explain characters just going and coming from different regions to other regions. So that is definitely something I've thought about. Anyways, I think that does it for this stream. Thank you all for being here. Cementation, I think this is the first time you're here. Welcome, welcome. Vault, Luke Mileto. I think Ice was here. We Radica, Munchie, Cadence, Azade, We Radica, of course. Ice was here. Anson, Enderburn. God, my eyes are like unfocusing. All right, I think that's everybody. Thank you all for being here. This is Bench Gamer. I will be streaming again probably tonight. Bye bye.